Should we do a 3, 2, 1?
Yeah.
Should we do a 3, 2, 1? 3,
3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
Let's go, bitch. 1, 2, 3.
Hello,
Good. Fine.
everybody.
What's going on?
My name is Steph,
I'm also Steph.
and welcome to episode 32 of the Drop Everything Now podcast.
32. 32 and still growing up now.
Yeah. Wait, is Taylor Swift 33, 34?
She's 34 now.
Oh, I was
Yes,
thinking back when
because
she started the Eras tour. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. She did this, like 33. But I was like, did she say 32? That doesn't make sense. But she was doing 33. I don't know about you, but and then
Oh.
she was in the first few shows, she would do just do a double 33.
Oh. And see, I just got thrown off by it because I know she just had the birthday.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking about 1989 and I'm like, wait, but
Yeah.
it's
Because
2024.
it's
She's
2024.
35.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no.
You
She
know,
was, it was last
math,
year. It
math
was
is
so
complete
last year. Yeah.
addition. Oh, it's so hard. It really is. Like, how old are we? Because she's in her 35th year.
29.
29.
But that's true. We're in our
in
30th year. Yeah. How exciting. What a thrill.
The only people it makes sense for are people born in January,
Yeah.
Because a new year is the whatever. Anyway, episode 32. Oh my gosh, so much has happened in this month. We've been pretty much doing at least an episode a month. And sometimes we do more than that, but recently just because life is so crazy. And I said this last time, but it's we really need an episode every day. It's
crazy.
absolutely crazy. I should quit my job even though we pay to do this. I'm gonna have to quit my job to keep up with this, to keep up with Taylor Swift.
I know.
Holy
I don't understand.
moly. Today is February 7th, which means this is post Grammys, pre Superbowl.
Yes.
So this episode is going to be this one is going to be Taylor Swift centered in her work, not Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift centered.
Yeah, this is all Grammys and TS11.
TS11. What a freaking turn of events. My goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious.
Whew,
but we
no,
will do an episode. We already have our date planned to record an episode after the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So that episode, since again, we thought maybe we could lump everything together, but too much happened at the Grammys that obviously we can't do that. So we will do the Taylor Travis Super Bowl extravaganza next week. And then we'll cover some of the stuff that happened at the NFC Championship game and all that too, because literally I want to die. But we're here to talk about music.
We're here to talk about music. And yeah, like you said, we originally planned to record an episode and we're like, okay, post Grammy, pre Super Bowl, pre-game episode. And now, yeah, there's just no shot. And yeah, I also, I know we talk about this a lot in every episode, but I just want to I'm so happy for everything that we're getting, and it's so freaking amazing.
I know.
But I almost am Taylor, don't go to the Super Bowl, because I'm tired of hearing the complaints heard from all around the world. And now with this, I'll get into it with her new album, and people are now commenting on that and commenting on the Tracklist, and it's just but it just is.
It really sucks. She's too overexposed. It's back. Everybody's back on the Taylor hate train, and it just sucks.
It does. It just is this is why you don't want this overexposure, because then there's only things to tear apart about you when you're that high up and you're that loved. People are gonna find any tiny reason to hate you, a la Celine Dion, whatever.
Yeah. At least it doesn't seem to bother her anymore.
I think I even said this last time, but I always say my frustration, whatever. People are gonna talk crap. I'm not Taylor Swift herself. What bothers me is the insulting of her and her work, and is then also poured right into the fans. The amount of times I've read how mindless, how we're stupid, we're have no taste, that we have no reading comprehension skills, that like, and then like we're insane, we're like being a Swiftie is a red flag. Like it's obviously insulting to me. And then when I see my close friends and like good acquaintances and like people that know me personally posting that, like I
Yeah.
obviously am the biggest Taylor Swift fan that you know. Yeah, of course I'm upset about that. And I really am like I am like locked and loaded and like ready to like be a bitch, to be honest, and to tear people apart, to be honest. But like I really have a motto in my life that like on social media I will only post positive things and things that I love, because like people that like, as Taylor Swift says, like you are what you love. Because people that don't know me that well and really know me mostly via like what I post are gonna then define me by then. I don't want to be defined as the annoying complainer on social media that posts like negative crap all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
That's what's holding me back from
I was
posting.
just going to say the other day you seemed ready.
Oh, I was so ready to post something the other day, and I was like, I'm gonna sit on it, just because I was like, should I post it now or like leading a few days, like around? Should I post it now, as in last week, or like around right now, which is a few days before the Super Bowl? And I'm like, I'll do it before the Super Bowl, full intention of doing it. But as time has passed, I might do it, but I might not. I might, and then I'm like, maybe I don't, because I have found another outlet to express my anger.
That's good.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it. So we'll see if I post on my personal social media. Well, this is what I wrote. I'll let everybody know because I did write it in my notes in very early in the morning, 6:05 a.m. on the toilet. This is what I wrote. To all the petulant man children, insecure and simple minded men, and the weird and bitter pick me girls that have been complaining about Taylor Swift being shown for less than 30 seconds of a football game where all she's doing is supporting her boyfriend, stay mad losers, all caps. Regardless of how the Super Bowl turns out, the Swifties are winning and will stay winning. And then we want even more from the Grammys and new album. So like, I was right. So keep complaining about how she's ruining football or for literally doing nothing. You are the psycho obsessed and annoying fans that you claim that Swifties are, and your complaints are the reason the media keeps talking about her. Have a miserable Super Bowl. I'm going to enjoy every minute while making fun of you and laughing, thinking about how upset you are over a silly football game. With a kissy face. And so, like, I still might, because you know what? Like, I didn't lie. Everything in there is truth. You are a big fat loser. I'm sorry, you are. And, like, you are a petulant man child, or you're very insecure. And the girls that are posting are either pick me girls, or they're just, like, bitter and angry and, like, exposing that. I'm sorry, but, like, it's true.
Yeah.
And, like, why do you care so much? Seriously, why do you care so much about football? Are you a crazy, obsessed psycho fan? Just pissing me off.
I hear you.
Pissing me off. So we'll see. I'm on the side of like, I might not, but you never know what will trigger me. But honestly, my friend that posted something that really got me going and sort of made me write this, because he posted something on social media and it's like, you literally are like my good friend. You know my job, like that. I'm an English teacher. Like obviously I'm not stupid. Um, maybe you are. I don't know. And anyway, so making a claim about big Taylor Swift fans, I'm the biggest fan you know. How is that not like whatever? He decided to post. I don't know if you saw or if you still follow him. Like, who does this? Who does this? Black screen. Hey, everybody. I'm taking a break from social media. Um,
Who
so
cares?
like a big announcement that he's deleting his apps for, and this is probably like the fifth or sixth time that he's done it. And I'm sorry, but
It's like Selena
so
Gomez. No offense.
that is so cringy. It's so
Yeah.
cringy. Just delete it. Why are you announcing your departure? Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Literally nobody.
And so I was going to say, I think I know who it is, but the
Yeah,
only
you
thing I
definitely
would
know who it is.
say,
And so he deleted it, so he's not even gonna see it.
no, I know, but that's also like what I was going to say. Like I could 1000% see him reposting your story and being like, see what I mean?
Yeah,
By,
but then I would repost it and say, wait, no, see what I mean? This is my first post ever being negative. And by the way, I don't really post about Taylor Swift that much. I posted about her a total of twice this year, and it was 2 days ago for the announcement. I've not posted about her since 1989 release, if I posted anything. Okay, so barely post about her. You have posted about her more, and you have posted multiple complaints. This is my first one ever, 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 ever. That's what I would say back.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Because I thought about it. Because I thought about it. And I am just reacting. Like, I didn't create this. I didn't start anything. Like, I'm defending myself. See, I'm already fired up thinking about it.
Yeah, we should move on, I think.
Okay.
What would you like to talk about besides football?
Yeah, so before we get into the album. Oh, but speaking of that, two things. One, this is a t-shirt that I'm making my boyfriend wear Super Bowl Sunday. And I also got a sweatshirt that's very similar but like sparklier, and I'll wear it on the podcast episode, but I just wanted to show you. Wait, I can't see. NFL or Super Bowl Sunday Taylor's version.
Oh, I love that.
Because I wanted it because it's like fun, and I have ultimately a very similar one, but it's like sparkly and it's a sweatshirt, not a t-shirt.
Amazing.
Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this round, I'm getting you, and he's like, no, I'm not wearing it. I'm not wearing not Ram stuff. And I was like, it's not Ram stuff. It's not Chiefs. I'm sorry. It's not for a team. It's a general football thing. Like, you're wearing it. Sorry. We're going to his friend's house, so like, I don't care.
Nice. That'll be fun.
So yeah, so I'm excited to wear that, and I also am starting to make my own merch, as I told you, and I even found out ways to get it embroidered. I have to like look into it more. So I'm wearing my first piece that I did. I didn't really make this myself. This was more like I took other images and put it on. I'm not selling it. I wanted something like Midnight's. And so I'm wearing it because Midnight's just one album of the year, of course. And it's good. It's trial and error. I'm going to wear it, but the colors didn't come out like I thought. So
Are you wearing it right now?
I am wearing it right now. I'll show you. It came out too purpley. It's supposed to be more light blue, like what the proof was. But I just did like the image of like Midnight's. It's more abstract though, of this. And then it says like when it came out, like Taylor Swift Midnight's 13 tracks, Friday, meet me at midnight. And then the date came out October 12th.
Nice.
So the coloring of it is not exactly what I wanted. It was supposed to be the back, this more lighter purple, and the back has all the tracks, or the original tracks.
Nice.
So
very cool.
This again. So like, I didn't make that image. I didn't make like that, but I have started making like the designs, complete like original designs, because there's just like so much Taylor Swift merch in my head that I want that doesn't exist. And so like maybe one day, I'm thinking like in the summer, if I get good at it, once I put tests out there, and maybe I'll like open an Etsy shop.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, because it's fun. I love it. It's so fun. So that's all I wanted to say.
Are you sure?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Should we talk about just the quick two announcements of the Eras Tour stuff, and then we'll dive into the Grammys album and the tracks?
Yeah. So she announced today that the Eras Tour movie will be streaming on Disney Plus as of March 15th. And it's got a Cardigan on it. There's like 4 more surprise songs. Yes, I wonder if she's going to just add them to the end like she did with the other two.
Sure. So everyone called it lazy that she did that, or lazy of the editors to not add it in, the Archer and Long Live.
Yeah.
And if she added whatever else, Wildest Dreams maybe. But I agree, it's lazy editing, but at the same time, she is doing so much. I'm just happy, even if she tacks it on to the end. However,
well, yeah, and obviously, like, it's not her doing it, so like we can, I guess, blame them. But also at the same time, like, I guess it's nice to have like the same thing you saw in theaters. I don't know. I probably would have rather had it mixed in, but that's okay. Or like the Cardigan, Long Live, and the Archer mixed in, but then the 4 surprise songs, I'd totally get putting them at the end. Like, that's probably what I would want to do.
Yes.
But
yes, I totally agree. But however we get it, I'm excited, especially like what 4 surprise songs is she gonna add? Maybe like Death by a Thousand, like other really fan favorites like Maroon.
Well, because she sang Maroon.
Oh, right. We obviously know.
We know. Yeah,
so
right?
Maroon, Yes, because it would be whatever
She sang
how
in
she did
LA.
over those nights. So it's definitely Maroon. I think
I,
Death by a Thousand
I can't
Cuts.
remember what else she did.
It was all big favorites. I'm pretty sure Death by a Thousand Cuts. I'm positive it was Maroon. Um, I did. Was it King of My Heart? Because I know I posted King of My Heart in like like late July, early August. Um, I was in. I know it was early August. Like
Oh,
I was
she
in Northwest.
played
It was definitely all fan favorites.
Maroon, You're on Your Own Kid, Our Song, You Are in Love, Death by a Thousand Cuts, and I Can See You.
Oh, okay. Um, I'm really excited for You Are in Love and for Death by a Thousand. Like that's great.
Hell
We
yeah.
already have a Death by a Thousand Cuts acoustic live from Lover, but I'm happy to see it again
Yeah.
in a different setting, you know?
Hell yeah.
Um,
And also, Eras Tour related, she is in Tokyo.
yes. And
Um,
so
the time difference was so amazing.
why?
I
What was
literally
it?
woke up at
Oh,
6:15 and then like was getting ready for work, and it was like surprise songs by 6:40. And I was like, this is
I
incredible.
literally didn't even realize that it started. Like I knew it was this week, but I thought maybe it was gonna be tonight. And so I was at work. It was like 12 o'clock, and I was like, oh. And then I like saw that like Taylor Nation's like stories, and I was like, oh. So I went into my Taylor Swift update page that I follow to see the surprise song. So she did Dear Reader and Holy Ground.
Holy Ground, yeah. And it's the second time she's done Holy Ground, but she said she'd repeat everything. But she
She
did it
did.
on piano this time, not guitar, which was
Oh my
incredible.
god. Yeah, I
It
saw
was
some clips from it.
really good.
Holy freaking crap. Her voice,
Her
the way
voice
that
sounds so good.
the tone or the sound of it, I love. I love.
Yeah, no, she
Um
sounded really good.
and people are saying because they both have references to like poetry, right, whatever. So
I
it's
thought Dear Reader was a good touch because a lot of people were starting to make connections from like how she ended Midnights with Dear Reader, and now she's basically putting out
this
poetry.
new
Like it's all like, you know, poetry,
yep. And
manuscript, like
then
that
Holy Ground
writing
is
stuff themed, basically.
yeah. And then Holy Ground references like the poem that in the poem we made, and that was the first it references a poem that she made.
I thought it was the jokes we made.
Mm. That is, she does say that, but there's also a poem. Let me pull the lyrics up really quick. In
Sound of I need you
yes, but
for the first time.
ground lyrics. Yes. Back to a first glance, feeling on New York time. Back when you fit my poems
Oh,
like
yes. Okay. Yep.
so people are like, oh, two things like that
Mm,
references the word poems. That was intentional.
could
Not
be.
intentional as an Easter egg, just like a nod to
Yeah.
the album without giving anything away,
Right.
other than what's already out there. Um, but yeah, so that was also I'm excited to watch the Dear Reader whole performance because I feel like that song has grown on me so much, but like I feel like hearing it acoustic is gonna just like blow it out of the water
Yeah,
because
it was
my
good.
issue with the song is just the production of it. Like,
Hmm.
but it's a phenomenal song. As it grew on me over like the 1 year like through the first year of Midnight's
Yeah.
release. Which reminds me, I have something to tell you.
Okay.
I don't know if I told you this. I did tell you halfway, but because so I have to like take back what I said, because I was very adamant that I wouldn't change my feelings on Slut from when we like first. I was like, I was like, it's not bad, it's not good, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna change the sound. I don't love the sound. I don't love the sound. I don't love the sound. It did grow on me, and I told you I was like, oh, it's growing on me. You know, it's like my absolute favorite vault track, and like
So
I have
good.
to listen to it every day because it's so good, and like something about like I literally listened to it for her to rhyme luxury with your love with me. Like luxury, you're not saying you're in love with me. Oh my god, like I'm obsessed. I'm literally so obsessed with it. And so like I just, I have to just
I
take back what I
completely
said.
agree.
I just have
And
to
I
take
don't know about you, and obviously we won't dive into all of this, but like Say Don't Go is my favorite on first listen. It's like 4 now
yeah,
because
well,
I love Slut. I love Now That We Don't Talk.
it's yes.
It's still so annoying that it's so short, but it's so good. And obviously, I love Is It Over Now? So,
Yeah.
like, now Say Don't Go becomes like when I'm queuing songs up, like that I want
Yeah.
to listen to, it's not
It's not there.
there. The other three are there
I
first, which
completely
is like
agree.
incredible
Is
because I
It Over
still love
Now?
that one and it was my favorite
Is It
originally.
Over Now and Slut are the only ones I want to listen to on a daily basis. And then like now that we don't talk is probably like maybe once a week. I'm like, Say Don't Go. It
I
would be
do
after that. And then Suburban Legends. Am I missing something?
no, it's Suburban Legends, and that's
Yeah.
always
And
been
then
bottom for
yeah,
me and never.
right. And no, it was definitely middle of the road or something for me. And I
Yeah,
still like it, but it's just not like I like the concept of it and thinking like that's what she wanted all along with Harry and now she's getting out with Travis, like really makes me happy. But yeah.
yeah, no, Slut is
Anyway,
really good. I'm kind of sad she got bullied into putting "Is It Over Now" out as the lead
yeah.
single
Yeah.
because Slut is actually fire.
It's actually so fire. But we needed to like I needed to sit with it. Like I needed to sit with it.
Yeah.
And if it was shoved in my face, I maybe wouldn't have been able to sort of like grow that love on my own, you know?
No, I agree. I get it. I'm happy you
And
got there though, because I knew when I like by the end of the first day listen, I was like, no,
yeah, no, and
this is gonna be
I was
one.
very adamant. I was like, nope, this is like all my least favorite songs have this sound, like This Love and Labyrinth. And like Labyrinth, I do like a little bit more because whatever, but like This Love, I just really dislike that song. And
Yeah.
Slut gives me that vibe. And now it's just like Slut doesn't give me that vibe. Like it just
Mm-mm.
doesn't. Like I know what I was thinking, but now I listen to it, I'm like, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But like I know what I was thinking, but I
You'll just
don't.
have
Like
to go
what
back
was
to
I
the episode.
thinking?
You'll just have to go
What
back to
was
the
I
episode
thinking?
and listen
Yeah.
to figure out
So
what you
yeah,
were thinking.
no, I
Mm,
know what I was thinking, but like I don't understand what I was thinking anymore. I know, but I don't understand.
I see.
Yeah. So I
Amazing.
think that's it. Like I think that's it,
So
right?
yeah, I mean, I guess we're on to Midnights and Grammys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Grammys. Let's start
So
from the top.
like obviously she had been kind of doing well, to be fair, we've been clowning about Reputation for months. Like months
Oh
and
yeah,
months we've been
of
clowning about
course.
Reputation. And then
We're all like, it's definitely coming.
she flipped her Instagram to black and white. So everybody was like, "Oh
I'm
yeah.
sorry, but prior to everybody else did,
Yeah,
like
that's
Travis
true.
Kelsey, like Kaylee Teller, and all the people.
True."
And
Well,
then
some
she
of them
did
had
it
always
the
had it,
day.
so it was misleading. But yes,
No, but a
some of
lot of
them
them had
definitely
actually
did.
changed it within the
Yeah.
last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the day of the Grammys or the day before the Grammys, she changed it. And when she changed it, I said, it's coming. Like,
Yeah.
no doubt in my mind. That sneaky
That I
bitch.
know, 100%, because she changed it to black and white, and then she shows up there in black and white. So it's like, okay, yeah, 100%. Here she goes.
No, though, when she came out with her outfit, though, that was the first time I stopped and said, that's not giving me Reputation vibes in any way, shape, or form. And also, I don't really like your look at all.
No,
I
I didn't like it either.
hated it. I hated it. Um, but whatever. Whatever. It like no, I didn't really like it.
Honestly, I don't really
I
like a
didn't like
lot of
her
what she
hair.
wears to that
Yes,
kind of
but
stuff. Like, I'd
sometimes
much rather see her at the football game, like the what she like when she looks
and
like
her street style I like a lot.
normal. Yeah, like
Yeah.
some of them look really good, but
I think
there's like half the time
there's
where I'm just like, eh,
yeah, I'm like,
doesn't
ooh.
do it for me.
Right. Like I loved her look last year at the Grammys, the navy blue top bottom.
Oh yeah,
I loved.
yes,
Loved. And
loved.
then what she wore at the VMAs when she announced Midnights, I was like, oh, love. But I totally agree with you. There's like one too many times that I'm like, no,
Yeah, it's more than you'd think
everybody,
there would be.
you have a whole team of people and everybody said great. Like, what?
Yeah,
Are you guys not seeing what I'm seeing? Because
agreed.
it's just not what. So, I hated her hair also, but whatever. Like,
Yeah,
obviously she looked beautiful,
I was gonna
but
say
like,
she looked pretty no matter what, but yeah, it. I wasn't like
it just I'm
blown
like,
away.
yeah, she looks so much better in just like casual streetwear, whatever. Leaving the studio, but going to the Chiefs games. But I digress. When I saw her, I was watching the live stream all four at once since 4 p.m. So like I watched the pre-show where where Boy Genius won all their Grammys. all these it's like the Grammy starts at 8, but it actually starts like 4 hours earlier, and there's a full show.
Crazy.
There's performers, there's a host, they go in, but it's in a different arena, like it's a different place. Like it was
Interesting.
like theater seating.
Hmm.
Crazy. So I watched that because I knew, because somebody said it.
Sorry.
And then I was watching the live stream, bless you, of the celebrities arrive, and when she did, I said, it's not like there's black, but it's definitely not giving Midnights.
You mean Reputation?
Reputation, yeah.
Yeah, and see, the only reason I was, well, to be fair, I was at a wedding, so I didn't see any of her look until after. So, like, I didn't have any thoughts about, like, I knew she did a new album before I saw her look. You know what I mean? So I didn't have time to think, like, oh, is that Reputation or no, kind of a thing. But I guess I could understand because, like, she had the choker that was like a clock with like midnights on it. So I was like, okay, like, again, I didn't see it beforehand to judge whether I thought it was Reputation or not, but I could see it being like, well, like she's still trying to nod to Midnights, not necessarily completely turn into Reputation Taylor's version, you know, kind of a thing. So I was like maybe
it's
that's
like inverse. If anything, it'd be like, oh, it's inverse rather than black and white. It's white and black because it's
right.
her version.
Oh yeah, right.
I didn't think of that till now, but like that's like what I could see how it could be interpreted that way. But
gosh,
the Grammys were a delight to watch. I don't know that I've ever watched them like that, or if they're usually that good and like actually entertaining.
Yeah.
But it was such a delight to see. Like I turned it on. Miley wins the award. I thought Trevor Noah did a great job. Miley was so funny. And then I feel like pretty immediately, I thought I was going to be like, it's going to drag and I'm going to want to see it for 2 minutes and then turn it off until the very end. Because I'm watching just really for the very end, right? Album of the year.
Yeah.
But pop vocal album got announced right away. Not right away, but like very quickly. Like it was
because it was like 9, I think it was like 9:30.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have my phone on me. And then the wedding was ending at 10. So like around 9:30, I like grabbed my bag. We were doing the send off. Like I grabbed my bag, went to the bathroom, and then I like checked my phone and I was like, why do I have 17 text messages? Because like a bunch of people started texting me. And I was like,
wait. I texted you at least 10 times.
Yeah, like you, Aaron, Hannah, like I got a bunch. And I was like, what's going on? And then it was like obviously like a new album. But then I like looked at I checked the time and I was like, because I thought like, I was like, oh my God, this happened hours ago. Like, and I missed it because I didn't have my phone. And then I realized that it was like literally right then that like I wasn't too late to the party.
Immediately. And also because you said back to me, you're like, wait, she won album of the year? Like it's that it happened? And I was like, no, it's pop vocal album because it was her 13th Grammy. So obviously everybody has seen it, but just like Taylor Swift accept the award for pop vocal album. And she said, because it is my 13th Grammy, or this is my 13th Grammy, if you guys didn't know, which people are now taking the wrong way.
I know,
like,
it's so annoying.
Miley said it was her first Grammy. It's like, no, she was doing that because it's her 13th. And so she was giving a reason to justify announcing, giving something to the fans. So she said, so she says that, and so she goes, so because of that, or something like that, or because even though it's the Academy and I want to thank the Academy, I know the Academy votes based on like the passion of, the fans and this and that. So I want to thank the fans and to thank them. And I literally, so my reaction, I was like, and I was holding my laptop and I put it down and I was like, Ryan? And he turned, he was like, what? And then she goes, I want to announce, and she's like wiping the
a
Grammy.
New album.
A secret that I've been keeping from you guys for 2 years. Me and Ryan stood up and held on to each other. Well, he was like playing into my excitement, but like, and I was like, and then she was like, I'm going to announce a brand new album. And I was like, no. And then I was like, shh. And then she like finished her thing and me and Ryan just started holding on to each other, jumping up and down around, screaming in circles. Like I was screaming. I was like, what? And then I finished this and she goes, I'm going to post it right now. And I was like, what? I ran to my phone, went on Instagram, was already posted. I guess because live streams are like a 2-minute delay. So
True.
Like, whatever. Or a few minutes, 5 minutes or whatever it is. And immediately texted you after I saw the Instagram post. I was like, what? And then I was like, and also this is probably the first time that I've gotten the announcement before you, because
Yeah.
usually you text
True.
me and I'm like, what?
True.
I'm sorry.
That's true.
My hair's bothering me, guys. I'm just gonna throw it back up in a bun real quick.
No, I mean, I can't,
Yeah, how did you react at the wedding once you saw it? I'm just curious.
I kind of was just like, what the fuck? And then I was with we were at a wedding for one of Connor's college
Yes,
friends, and
this
it
is
was my
who
first
was
time
it?
meeting one of his
Okay.
friends' girlfriends. And then all the other wives weren't there. So it was just me and her pretty much like on our own with like the rest of the group. And she is a Taylor Swift fan. So like I was sitting
Okay.
next to her and I was like, oh my God, Taylor Swift dropping an album. And she was like, Reputation. And I was like, no, like a new album. And then I was like in a daze for about 10 minutes before we had to do the send off, and I had to like get back in the
Get back
moment,
into it.
Yeah.
And you were able to?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If it
I
was
can't.
coming out that night, maybe it would have, or, would have been different, or if I like watched it live, but like, it was just like, wow, that's
You have a lot of
crazy.
self-control.
I'm different than you with this stuff, I
No, I
guess.
know. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have a lot of self-control, because the two times I can remember like finding out in public were one with my students, and I screamed and threw my phone not across the room. I like tossed it when you would text me about Evermore, and that's the
Yeah.
reason everyone knows, which I'm very grateful for, because now it's like actually has built my rapport with my students. So, and then the other thing I can remember happening was at my friend's engagement party last Easter, April 19th, when the announcement dropped that Joe Alwyn and Taylor Swift broke up, and I made the entire engagement party about that. I started crying. I shouted it to everybody, found other Swifties, told everybody I knew, and didn't stop talking about it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know why
I
I
can't.
don't,
No, I
yeah.
just can't, like, whatever I think comes out of my brain, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like most people can probably like keep their shit together, like you.
Yeah.
I just like I know. I just don't understand how you can do it. But like I know, but I don't
That's the
understand.
theme of the episode, I
It's the
guess.
theme. I know, but I don't understand.
Yeah, no, it was like, it's obviously very exciting. I didn't think, I thought she'd finish the re-records before we got a new album, just because because of the Eras tour and things like that. Like I kind of thought
Yes.
she wouldn't give us anything new until she was done with the Eras tour, or close to done,
Yes.
so that like,
Like that's
because
what
people
do
are
you do?
already asking, like, oh, were they going to add a Tortured Poets Department set?
Yeah.
And
And
people are like, no, I don't know, like maybe it's just surprise. So, like, and I'm like, yeah, this is why I thought it wasn't going to happen.
and not only that, but then I thought about it, and I was going to talk about it on this episode, like prior to knowing that she was releasing an album. Like this theory that I believed, which is that she is intentionally not going to release an album until she's done. So possibly next November, December, whatever it is, the earliest. Um, because if you think about it, what is Midnight's? It's sort of this culmination, this summary of her first 10 albums
Yeah.
in sound, and in literally that's what it is. She went
Yeah.
back through her re-records and things inspired her, or at least that's what she said, and it's going back through time. And it's 10, right? This 10th one is sort of, it's like a full circle, like a clock, a full circle moment. And that's what this Eras tour is. So she can do this. And then after, she can start anew. And it doesn't have to be, it's going to start a new pattern. It's going to
Yeah.
start a new whatever, where she could go back to just touring this album or just doing that. So I was so certain that that's what was going to happen. I was like, of course that's what she's doing. It
Yeah.
makes sense. It makes so much
I
sense.
just like, I guess and I don't know if I understand it or not yet. Like, obviously, we have no clue what this
Right.
album is going to, well, we
Be
can
to a certain
hint,
extent.
but like,
Yeah.
part of me is wondering if it's like, obviously, with You're Losing Me's timeline and it completely being like, holy shit, that was way before I would have thought she wrote it. Like, obviously, all these songs were written along that timeline too, like pretty much, because people were saying it too. They were like, so was You're
Yeah,
Losing Me
2
supposed
years.
to be on this album? And then she was
Right.
just like, you know what, giving
I
it
need to
to you
drop it out.
early. So then I started thinking like, well, I wonder, depending on what this album sounds like if this is a full-blown 100% breakup album, or maybe like 90%,
Yeah.
could she be right? Like, could she have, since the last 6 months, like since she started dating Travis Kelce, has she put so many more songs into her brain that it was almost like, I got,
Oh,
get it out, because
yeah.
now I'm going to put another one out. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
did she think she was not going to have a new love in her life that was going to be like so
yes.
pure for her that it was like, oh, I can put this breakup album out
Yeah.
anytime, like, or after
That's
Eras
actually a
tour
great
ends?
theory.
I don't know.
No, I think that's a really makes a lot of sense. And is a great theory. I feel like if she ever in her head was originally going to wait until October to do it, and we somehow found out she moved it up, I feel like that's 100,000% the reason why, because
Her
she said that she's been working on this for 2 years. So obviously
right.
she thought up the concept of this album prior to even breaking up with Joe, let alone dating Travis. So I feel like
Right.
that
So like
makes so
right,
much
has
sense.
her like songwriting sort of muse changed again? You know,
Right.
like where like for Midnights in this album, maybe it was centered around her heartbreak and her feelings of like heartbreak, but then like similar to how we switched in Reputation and Lover to get like really love songs. Like, did she
Yeah.
start to go towards love songs again? And it was like, well, let me throw this one out
Well, wait
here.
a minute. Yeah, and
And then I
especially
can
because
continue with my new
right.
headspace of
And it's like she
happiness.
couldn't do a half and half kind of thing because she's like, no, I thought of this whole concept for this album
Right.
two
There's
years
too
ago. These
much.
songs like don't fit, and there's too much that I already have that I love so much, and I love the concept, and I love everything we've been thinking. But now there's all this new stuff, and I don't want to mush it together, and I
Right.
want to give each its own space. So let me do this right now, and
That's
then
I mean, we could, this album could come out and it could be all love songs, and
yeah,
I'll,
I mean,
be like, okay, I was wrong. But
right. But
to
that's
me
no, I
that
think that
may be
makes a
why,
very logical theory.
like maybe she just has too many things now in her brain and it like doesn't fit, like her new stuff wouldn't fit on this, so it's kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, we're pushing up the timeline.
Yeah,
We'll see.
absolutely. Great theory. And again, just to reiterate, it's April 19th, which is the exact day that the news broke about
Yeah,
Joe and Taylor
so
Swift breaking
crazy.
up, which seems like it's incredibly intentional. It just
Yeah,
like how is it not intentional? Because that date
it's actually a great point.
there's no literally like there's absolutely no significance to that.
Besides the like cosmic
Absolutely.
bliss of that being a Friday too,
Right. Right.
you know what I mean, because she always does Fridays, so like
Yes.
it's just great that it worked out that way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it is crazy. And then just like to just dive back into the Grammys before we maybe talk
Yes.
about the album more. She obviously I went to bed after this though. Like I Ryan drove me home and I went to bed. So I did not see her win album of
Album
the
of the year.
year. I was 50-50. I'm like, it's Taylor Swift or it's SZA. Like that's just what it's gonna be. I believed that SZA maybe for her album deserved it because I feel like although Taylor Swift is the person of the year, I think all of her other success of the tour and everything else overshadowed Midnight's, and like nobody's talking about Midnight's as whatever.
I agree.
I think she thought that too because I feel like she wouldn't have
100%.
announced the album.
She would not have done that.
And
And
the
she kind of,
Grammys
she
gave
said
her
that in Tokyo today, actually.
Oh, she did?
She did. She was kind of like, I honestly didn't think I was going to win any of the Grammys. So, like, when I did, and it was my 13th Grammy,
Right.
she was like, oh, let me tell you about this. So, like, I think it was truly, because 100%, if she thought she was winning that, the only person that overshadowed her was herself.
Yeah. She
Like,
literally
nobody's
said
talking about her winning album of the year because she was dropping an album,
yeah.
which honestly, thank God she won album of the year, because
Because
I
it would
could
have
see people
people would
taking
have
it
been
the
like,
wrong
"Oh,
way
they're
that,
taking away
yeah,
her."
yeah,
Yes. Because people are
because people are already
already
doing it.
saying that.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
people are like, "No, but it literally was her night." And like I agree because I honestly thought maybe she doesn't announce Reputation because it might be like a little
I know.
tacky,
I thought the same thing.
but thank God she won Album of the Year. And yeah, just because it's a more formal event, I whatever, so it's fine. And like at the end of the day, whatever. To be honest, like obviously that's the biggest event for me and for Swifties, but like I am thinking and excited about that just as much as no, not just as much as. But there's like an equivalent, there's some sort of equivalence or whatever to how excited I am for Miley Cyrus for winning her first Grammy, for her performing, and how
I
I'm
could
like
not
just like over
believe
the
that was
moon
her first
talking about it.
Grammy.
Oh, I could,
I had
yes,
no idea.
because she's had such great music and
Yeah.
like, but I have known that like that's like I've known that that's a thing, just because I always think that because I am a Miley fan, like I listen to every single new album. I talk about her like probably second most to talking about Taylor Swift's releasing of albums. So I just feel like I just am more in the know of like
Hmm.
whatever. And because she's never really been taken seriously as an artist. And like looking back, Bangers was a great album, but like everybody was shitting on Miley during that time because of Wrecking Ball. And like, oh,
Yeah.
she's not serious. She has big dildos on her, blah, 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 blah. So I've known that she's never been taken seriously by the
Yeah.
industry. Um, but her doing that was adorable. So anyway, my
Yeah.
point
Her
is
little,
that
like, I won my first Grammy was
I
so
won my
cute.
first Grammy. It was the
So
cutest thing in the
cute.
world. So freaking and her story, her little extended metaphor story about the butterfly did where and she was like Mariah Carey's here and I'm freaking out where she was saying like this boy kept trying to a butterfly couldn't do it, he gave up, and he was so fresh, and when he sat down the butterfly went on his nose and he was able to catch up, and she was like this Grammy is my butterfly, being
Mm.
like she's been
Cute.
trying and trying and trying, and she's like oh, and then she just puts the song out and she wins, and it's like beautiful. My point, sorry, is that I was, even with Taylor Swift announcing a new album, and of course my excitement is there, I'm still like, it didn't overshadow my excitement for Miley,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. But yeah, thank God she won Album of the Year for that reason.
Yeah. It's just so funny because, like, it seemed like such a, like, oh, of course she didn't think she was going to win Album of the Year because she did that. But then it's like, oh, thank God she did. Because then, like, people will be like, oh, SZA won. And all everybody's talking
And
about is
now
Taylor Swift's
everybody's,
album.
yes, yes.
But
Thank God, to be honest. Yeah.
I know. Also,
Um,
like, it's so, like, you're right. Like, it's so funny how, like, I'm happy Midnight's won because I feel like Midnight's didn't get, again, I feel like I'm saying this for the last 5 albums she's done, but like, I feel like it didn't get its shine because it became the Eras
she
tour.
overshadowed herself.
Yeah, exactly. Like Midnight's became the Eras tour, and then the Eras tour was
Mhm.
the biggest thing. And like, you weren't talking about, oh, the Midnight set was so great, or like, oh, Midnight's is so good. Everybody's just talking about the Eras
Yeah.
tour for the last year. So
And
like,
Midnight Set is definitely not the best set. At that time, you're just like, okay, we're wrapping up, and honestly, I'm excited to be wrapping up. Like, what a great
yeah,
ending. I don't
I
think it's
know.
anybody's favorite set,
Yeah,
except
I
for
guess not.
Vigilante shit.
I definitely like, it's definitely in the top half for me, just because I think I like the more upbeat ones. Like
Oh, it's probably
it
my least favorite one.
really even over Fearless.
Oh, I love Fear. But see, that's a more of an excitement to hear just like the
Yeah.
excitement of her being like, and back to that, and her doing her heart hand and the same stuff. Like, just in terms of how I feel when I'm watching it. I
Oh
don't,
no,
there's
no, I
no,
understand that. I just like because Midnight's was
has
like
more,
exciting
yes,
again.
stage, the clouds, the,
Yeah, like it felt more
yes.
exciting again versus like some of the other
Yeah.
ones. But
The yeah, Fearless said there was no like production to it. It was just like,
yeah, and like Red too.
yeah,
But um but yeah, I mean, like, I'm
yeah,
happy
she
for Midnight's
overshadowed.
because Midnight's did not get, I mean, it got its shine the first few months it was released, but like, just
Yeah, I do think SZA should have like I've said it. I'm like honestly, I like 6 months ago I said SZA's album should like SZA should win
I
over
never
Taylor Swift.
listened to it, so I
Now,
don't know.
no, I didn't either. But based on what people were saying and the little bit that I heard and the success that it got, even Taylor Swift posting it and like the wild success and all the articles that I saw about her and how all these records that she like, oh my gosh, it did so amazing. And like I listened to some songs, not every song, but it's not I didn't hate them, I didn't love them, but it's not my style of music. I'm not saying they're bad.
Mhm.
I just think like what I've heard Taylor Swift say before is a lot of time the Academy is gonna vote for something that is a cohesive album that maybe is like sort of slightly different than what has ever been not ever been done before, but it's different. It's not just this basic pop album or this
Yeah.
or that. It's sort of like a little bit groundbreaking. Um and I think SZA's album like has all like everything. Midnight's it's a great album. and it's also deserving of album of the year, for it hits everything that it needs to hit. She's it's there's cohesiveness, but there's also she's pushing bound, like whatever. I just think I don't know. Like I don't know.
I'm going to have to push on you a little.
Uh-huh.
Just because the only reason I would say I think Taylor Swift should deserve album of the year is because I didn't listen to any other album in that category.
Okay. I've listened to all the albums in that category.
But you say you
I'm
didn't
sorry.
listen to all of SZA.
No, I'm sorry. All the others, like I've except for Lana, I've heard some songs from Lana. I've heard but I actually am only thinking of four of the nominees. Boy
I don't
Genius, I've
even.
heard that whole album.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Um,
was Boy Genius for album of the year? That's great.
mhm.
I didn't even know that.
Miley's whole album, great for Miley, but not album of the year worthy. There's
I
nothing
was gonna
like
say because I really
super
liked that
different.
album because I don't listen to Miley a ton. Or like
Yes.
I'd listen to her once, like the album that she'd put out, and I'd be like, okay, not my thing. But then, but that one I listened to a lot. But at the same time, it was a lot for like 2 weeks, and then you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like so,
Yeah. Agreed.
but I liked
Um,
it.
Lana's, I don't know that I might have listened to a few songs. And actually SZA's I listened to all the way once through, but I wasn't really listening.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know any of the songs, but I have listened to it and then I've like read up on it. I've read up on the stats. And the only person to ever break to tie or break Taylor Swift's stuff is SZA's album. Like it was neck and neck. So I'm not so much speaking on the sound of the album or the writing of the album. I'm not even talking about that at all. I am simply talking about the critics, what the not only fans have been saying, but what like the overall meta, like those scores and these albums, or I'm sorry, articles, like legitimate articles that have been released about it. I've read so much about the album that I genuinely was like, oh, it's totally gonna win, because this is more groundbreaking than Taylor Swift's Midnights, like in terms of like pushing boundaries.
I'm gonna
And
have to listen to the album.
Taylor Swift's album did better, but like for this being, I think it's SZA's first album or something like that, for her being neck and neck with Taylor Swift, who's gonna be first no matter what, I feel like it's insane.
SZA's been around since like 2015. That can't be her first album,
Oh, oh,
right?
oh, yeah. No, I totally could be wrong with that, but I just feel like I don't know. It's just I still feel that way, and like it's a bit ignorant because definitely I haven't listened to the whole thing, but um I don't know, just the way people have loved that album. And she
Yeah, she's
won.
got 4 albums.
Oh, okay. But there was something that she said about this album in like her. I watched the whole like spiel before she came out to perform about it. I just forget what it
Hmm.
was. It was the first so I don't know. Regardless, I don't know. Again, I don't think Midnight's is not deserving. I think that SZA's album is just as deserving.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I can't form an opinion on whether it deserved it
Right.
more because I never listened to it. So I'll listen to
Yeah.
it and then see if I like it. Because I was
Yeah.
literally on Monday or on Tuesday, I was going to listen to it, but then I listened to Midnight's instead because I was like, wait,
You got to celebrate.
I haven't listened to this in a while. So,
Yeah. No, you got to celebrate. But yeah, so I am so happy that she did win, and
crazy.
her second speech wasn't any like you can tell that she had no idea like that
No,
she was gonna
because
win,
she's
but she
usually
was
very poised in like her speeches.
well spoken, has something to say,
Yeah.
whether it's revealing something or not. And she literally was like, Jack, can you please come closer to me? I feel really alone right now, please. Like forcing Lana on the stage. I feel two ways about that. Like she shouldn't be getting the hate for it, but I definitely felt like watching it.
Yeah.
Because like she just lost, but then she also praised her. So I think the praising of Lana was the best part of this, what she said.
Yeah.
But she was so overwhelmed and like excited. She definitely didn't. She definitely
Yeah, and
didn't
it's
know.
also hard because like honestly did not realize Lana was nominated for that same category.
Yeah,
I just thought she was telling like Lana to come up there for Snow on the Beach involvement, which
which she
obviously is like
was.
why, but like yeah, I could see how that's a little awkward.
No,
I
it's
didn't
definitely
realize she
hard. I
was.
definitely was thinking that the whole time, and I'm like, but they definitely talked about it before those two arrived together. Like I watched them arrive
Yeah.
together. She definitely mentioned it, and Taylor was just definitely drunk and or tipsy and is outgoing and likes to be seen, and Lana is definitely a reserved person that feels uncomfortable in the
Yeah.
first place on stage. So she's gonna react like that, even though Taylor and her probably talked about it beforehand. That's the way I feel about it. But I definitely had secondhand embarrassment when I watched it.
Yeah.
That's all. Um, but so then the following day or so later, somebody leaked the track list. So Taylor Swift, similar to Speak
Yeah.
Now, posted it, which is fine. I don't, whatever. I'm honestly like, I don't
I
need a Midnight Mayhem. I'm so glad that we got it all at once.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel bad for like if she did have a plan
Yeah, that
for
she was
it that she
excited.
couldn't do it, but yeah, I really could care less whether we got it like
One at a
her
time.
doing it
Yeah,
one at a time or like because like it could have been cool because maybe she was gonna do it at each show like a track type like just say one
right.
like but
I thought it was,
I don't
yeah,
care.
100%. That would have been so cute. That would have been very cute and creative, but at the same time, like I would rather like be cute and creative in another way because we know we want a track list and you holding it back. Like it's only fun when you do things like that, like when we don't know something's coming, like dropping like one by one clues. But like, I just want another track list.
Yeah. We should also say the album is called The Tortured Poets Department. We have
Oh
not
yeah,
said what it was called.
I'm so sorry. Obviously, watching this, you know that,
Yeah.
but we should definitely talk about it.
Um, I can't get it right.
I
I
know
say
it's just
Dead
like the
Poet
Dead Poets
Society every
Society
single
every
time,
time.
or Tortured Poet Society. Like
Yep.
I can't. I think I finally gotten it, but like because when I was like Connor, she's releasing an album. He's like, "What's it called?" And I was like, "Something about poetry." Like I could not remember a single thing about it. Like I was like, it's not sticking in my brain.
100,000%. It's a not there. She knows that in doing it because it's literally a synonym for
Hmm.
tortured. Dead and tortured. There's a similar correlation. Poets Department Society. That's a synonym. Like there's an obvious whatever. And then, well, before the really like part, this is like the first time that it's a big mouthful. The other
Yeah,
longest one is Speak Now.
speak
Everything
now.
else is a one word.
I know.
Um, other than maybe Taylor Swift, but like still. So it's like, whoa. Like when I heard the name, I was like, that's different.
Yeah,
What?
no, it is.
Not just
It's
one
like
word.
so.
Like it's so different. And then you find out that it is a seeming almost obvious nod to dig at Joe Alwyn's group chat, which was like the Tortured Men's Club or something like that,
Yeah,
or Tortured Men's Department, whatever it was called.
yeah. I think it was Tortured Men's Club.
Yeah, that he has a group chat called that, and that Taylor would always like hated it and was like, ew. So with that title, even before we got the track list, everybody's like, obviously this is a breakup album, and if it is making fun of or digging at Joe's thing, that this is gonna be like a sassy and sad,
Yeah,
like an angry, like if you're gonna use the entire title of your album mocking him, what the hell are we in for?
I have
And
no
now,
clue.
well, now that we see the track list, I'm like, oh, we're in. He's in for it. We're all in for it.
No, but like I'm still like, yeah, exactly. Like I still
You know,
I
go in so
still
many
am like
directions.
so afraid of it. Like reading the titles. I don't know.
Yeah. Um, it's also I feel like it could go even whether or not it's making fun of Joe. Like I feel like she is very much self-aware and whatever. Like the song that's called that and like the album itself, it's like she doesn't take herself too seriously. Like people like, oh, she wants to come off as so this and that. Like guys, literally the Tortured Poets Department, she's not gonna like she's not taking herself seriously. She doesn't like legitimately is sitting there being like, I'm so tortured.
Yeah,
Obviously, she's jumping around with sparkles half of
right.
her show. Like, come on.
Yeah, no, I agree. I didn't realize people were saying that.
I got in a Twitter fight.
Oh boy.
It's about the track list, so
Oh, okay. Well, we're getting into the track list.
we are. So shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay. So I have a game as we go through each title. And I told you a little bit, but just so everybody knows. I just was thinking like it just somehow this um the letter S was just coming to mind because there's so many words starting with S. Steph, you know,
Yeah.
Swift.
Yeah,
So
for
many
sure.
S's. So I figured we could go through as we go through each song
Okay.
title, we could kind of predict, not necessarily even predict, but predict slash like what do we hope it is in terms of what we think the song is going to be about slash sound like. So I have sexy or sultry because those are kind of hand in hand. Sassy, like sassy angry, sassy unbothered, whatever. So sassy, sweet, silly, sad. So either like sad angry or sad depressed.
Okay. So what?
So
Wait, it's
basically sexy, sassy, sweet,
sweet or
silly,
sad?
sad.
Oh, silly or sad. Okay. I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't think anything's silly. Maybe there is, but I don't know. Like
But
off the
you
top
can
of my
mix
head, I'm
too.
not
Like
gonna have a lot of sillies.
it's gonna be silly and sassy. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I feel like there will be a few if you like combine two.
Okay.
So I feel
All
like we
right.
should just say like what we're thinking for each and yeah, and like what our thoughts are. But as a whole, I say, what the fuck? I don't think I've ever been more excited. Like I remember hearing the Midnight Tracklist and being like, I don't know how I feel. I'm indifferent. I
Well,
see this and I'm like, I'm really fucking excited.
I'm just like intrigued by this more than Midnight's. Like
Yeah.
my only, and also I think I'm not going to make the same mistake I did with Midnight's, where I think the album is going to be a certain sound because of her looks.
Yep.
Like I thought that Midnight's was going to be
100%.
like 70s vibe, and obviously it wasn't. So like I'm not trying like because when I see the black and white, I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be like folklory almost, like kind of sad pop maybe. But I'm not
Yeah.
going to think about it at all
Oh, I thought about it for
because I
sure,
don't want to
but
be I don't want to be like shocked the you
yeah.
know.
Well, no, I completely agree. However, I still have like a thought in my head, but I also agree in that I don't know. I know it could be the complete opposite, but I feel like it's gonna be the sound that we thought Midnight's was gonna be when we originally saw the '70s, like the
You
lighter, like
do?
that's what I feel that the sound like what we thought for that is what I think this is gonna be. Even the what I told you before, I wrote down like songs from her old albums that I think would slightly fit the vibe I'm thinking, such as like Maroon, Dress, Labyrinth, Dear Reader, Slut, So It Goes, False God. And then I think we're also gonna get really, really sad, like Tolerate It. Oh, Anger, Mad Woman, then My Tears Ricochet. Oh, I Did
Mm.
Something Bad, Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, Cold as You. So I think it's gonna be like a mix of like the sultry. There's gonna be some anger, but like more anger folklore, like My Tears Ricochet, Mad Woman, and then like really, really, really sad. Yeah, that's what I think. And I could be completely wrong, and I'm
No, I
ready
mean
to
I'm just thinking
be
about it because a
totally
lot
wrong.
of those songs still they all sound very different. Some of
Well,
them.
yeah, yeah. I think that's what it's. I don't. I I think it's gonna be sexy, sultry, sad overall. Sad, angry.
Yeah,
Based
but
on the track titles and the
oh
picture.
no, I mean I totally agree. Like I definitely think it's like a sad album. I don't know how sad what sound I'd equate sad to though.
Well,
Like cuz
like
Midnight's
lyrically,
had
it might be
sad
really
songs.
sad.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Like I'm thinking
Sonically,
I don't
yes.
know. Yeah. Like I'm
Sonically, I think
sonically I'm going to go into my head thinking it's just it's another pop album.
I think yeah, like a maroon,
Less pop? Yeah, like
like a
less like
maroon
not
false god.
1989 pop, more
Yeah,
like
maroon. Yeah. Yeah, I think like maroon slut, false god, labyrinth, dear reader,
yeah.
pop. Your what's the other one that she just released? You're losing me.
Yep.
Like that.
Yeah, no, I
Slow.
that's what I'm thinking too.
AKA what I feel like we thought Midnight's would be.
See, I didn't think Midnight's was going to be that.
Oh, really?
I literally thought Midnight's was going to be like a 70s rock vibe.
Oh, rock. I was like
Because everybody was waiting
70s.
for a rock album, so I kind of wanted one. And like with the
I was
lighter and the thing, like it just
I
seemed
did
more
not think that at all.
yeah.
But yeah, I was hoping that the next album would be rock, would be like oh, yeah. I'm hoping for that still one day.
One day.
But I don't think that that's what this will be.
No.
But like
Oh,
maybe it
definitely
will
not.
be. Maybe it will be. Who
Maybe.
knows? Who knows? Only
Maybe.
Taylor Swift. and those close to her, like Travis, who has heard some of the songs.
Yep.
Okay, let's go through the track list, starting
Yeah.
from the first one, Fortnight, featuring Post Malone.
So weird.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
I'm
weird.
actually so fucking excited that he's
Me
on
too.
it because I don't like listen to his music religiously, but I do like his like sound and vibe. It's
Agreed.
like vibey.
Agreed. No, I like it too. And it's funny because at one point, I don't know if it was before the track list came out or after, people obviously started going crazy with speculations about, oh my God, it's going to be 3 albums. You know, everybody's going crazy already with that kind of stuff. And someone was like, if it's the Tortured Poets department, do you think everything has a feature? And that's why she's looked
Right.
like it's all artists,
Like it's all
you know.
collabs.
And I was like, wow, that would be really cool. But I did like, and I'm happy there's some features on it, you know, like, because sometimes I don't, but I'm excited for both of the features. Like, I think they're going to be good.
I'm very excited for both. Yeah. So, Fortnite obviously means 2 weeks, which actually maybe not obvious because everybody associates it with the video
The
game.
video game, yeah.
I know it because it's in Romeo and Juliet, and I always have to every single year I have to tell my dog Fortnite every time it comes up. I'm like, guys, let's look up what it means. But to be honest, if I didn't teach Romeo and Juliet every year, I wouldn't put it together. So
I knew it was like timing, like period of time of some sort. I did not know it was 2 weeks. I thought it was like the night before or the night after, like some sort of that type of thing.
Yeah.
But I did not know it was 2 weeks.
So it's either a nod to 2 weeks or possibly the video game. And honestly, I could see her kind of.
I mean, Post Malone's on it, so maybe it is about the video game.
Yeah, I feel like whatever. But somebody did mention that she took Invisible String off of the set list exactly 2 weeks after. And I was like, huh, maybe there's something happened. Like, and after it was only a fortnight before you. It was just a fortnight, and then you ripped my heart out again, and so I took you off the set list.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up too.
But
okay, she also cut Invisible String from the set list, I guess, after 2 weeks, and it was March 31st, which is very close to 2 weeks before the breakup announcement.
April 19th. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I don't know.
It could have something to do with that.
Definitely sad.
So you're thinking sad? I think.
Actually, no. You're right. I'm not. I'm thinking maybe sassy.
Of it all. Okay.
Yeah.
Same. I'm thinking sassy, angry, maybe like a little angry, like something about how it only like it took him 2 weeks to do something. Or just like sassy vibey, because I feel like Post Malone maybe they're like,
yeah,
2 weeks, 2 weeks is a fortnight. That's all it took us to end that fight. I don't know. Just could be something.
could be.
So yeah, I'm thinking that might be sassy and maybe like a little bit of like silly sassy.
I was just gonna say maybe
like
silly.
Fun. Like, I feel like they're gonna, like, she's gonna want to have fun with Post Malone singing it.
Like, I feel like this one could be, oh, what song am I thinking of? God damn it.
Game.
No. Like, lyrics are maybe sad, sassy, but the vibe is like fun.
Hey.
You know, like
get on stage and kind of dance with each other and like.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of what song. I know we have plenty of songs like that from her where it's like, wow, the lyrics make me want to rip my heart out, but the vibe's just good, you know, like, or like, Is It Over Now, for example, even like,
yeah, that's true. That's a good one.
I don't know. That's
or Now That We Don't Talk, like, I don't have to pretend I like acid rock. Like, it's like sassy with a little bit of silliness in it. Like, like she's rolling her eyes.
Important men who think important thoughts. Yeah.
Thoughts. And then Post Malone. Thinking important thoughts now that we don't talk. I'm saying talk a lot or a little. That's probably, you know? Like,
yeah.
Flow right into each other.
If he was on that, that's what it would have sounded like.
Yeah, that's what it would sound like for sure. But yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for every single one.
Really, mostly not for the title, but for Post Malone. I'm just very excited.
Yeah, agreed. Like if Post Malone wasn't on this one would be forgotten in my title brain, you know?
Yeah. Okay, track
Okay.
2.
Tortured Poets Department.
The Tortured Poets Department. Now, one thing I want to mention is that Taylor Swift's track 2s are known for being the absolute bangers on the album. Like Cruel Summer, that's all I can remember, but like track 2s are like, I need you to listen to this. This is one of the best
Yeah.
songs on there. This is like the boppiest bop. Everyone's gonna fucking love the song.
Yeah.
So that's all I just wanted to mention. Is she gonna follow her regular patterns, or now that we're stepping into number 11, is everything gonna fall apart? Not fall apart, but like, is she
I
gonna
think
start a
she'll
new?
still follow her regular patterns, but at the same time, like track 2 on Evermore is a banger, but it's Champagne Problems.
Well, that's what I mean.
You
That
know,
not a radio banger, but
it's still, yeah, right.
the song. Like when we did the survey, I remember us being like, all of these songs are like
I know, because like
fucking
Blank
amazing.
Space, what's Fearless? I don't even know. Sparks Fly and in Speak Now. Like there, yeah.
It's like I'm telling you, there's something about those track 2s which makes sense in terms of like, okay, this wasn't the first single, but like people are gonna want to see this song. Fearless was 15. Um,
Well, that was a big one for her though from that
it
album.
was at the time, it was absolutely. Um, Reputation is
Endgame.
Endgame. Um, but whatever it is, I think that the track 2s have the most
Cardigan.
like,
Yeah.
holy shit, this is our amazing song. Like
Yeah.
every like it's a great song. So I don't like, I saw somebody say that they think that she's going to reference a bunch of tortured poets or people in the past, such as Clara Bow, that she maybe has some sort of feels like she can relate to, whatever it is. And maybe there's going to be like little nods or allusions to them, whether directly naming them or just references, such as a Wordsworth reference or a Shakespeare reference or whatever it is. Not those people specifically, but just as she's done it in the past. And so maybe this one will sort of be sort of the culmination of all and like obviously represent the whole album. I
Yeah.
don't know. I
So
don't know.
should we add another S?
Oh, what do you think?
Well, I don't know if this is the right S for it, but like I can't find an S that I would put like I don't think it's sassy, silly. I don't necessarily think it's sad
Sexy,
or
sassy, sweet, silly, or sad. So what do
maybe
you
like
think it is?
serious. I don't even know. Like that's not the right word I'm trying to get across, but like
Well, what's the word without an S? Or what's describe what you're thinking?
I mean, it would be like poetic or like yeah. I mean, like because I think of
Or give a
songs
song.
like I
Yeah, give
think
an
of
equivalent
songs
song.
like Peace or like The Lakes or like just songs that are deep. I don't
Yeah,
know. Like, but I didn't
yeah.
have an S for it.
You could say that deep or deep and poetic. Like,
Significant. Like, I don't know.
but she also wrote either fountain pen, quill,
That's
or
what I was gonna say. Like, I
quill,
think
right?
it's Quill. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll say quill for that. Cause like, yeah, we'll just say quill for now. And one day maybe we'll find an S. But
Yep.
Shakespeare. I'm gonna write
That
Shakespeare.
works.
That's an S.
That works. Let's use that.
Shakespeare is what we mean for quill. There's our S. So you think that'll be a Shakespeare song, a quill song,
Yes.
very like much, very well written, all these references, like of
Well, right, because
lakes
also when I think about like the
or
later
Army.
on track twos, like I mean Maroon still, yeah, but like Champagne Problems and Cardigan are quills to
Yeah,
me. So
absolutely. Yeah.
if I'm following that trend and I don't think this is
Quill
going to be an
slash fountain
incredibly
pen. Yeah.
poppy song or like a banger like Blank Space or Cruel Summer, I'm going to go the opposite.
It's gonna be like the well-written banger, like,
Yes, right.
this melody, but these lyrics, holy moly. Yes.
Exactly.
I feel that. I didn't think about them. I just like thought of the idea, but never like went through it to think. And yeah, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree. Shakespeare.
Okay. Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
One for Shakespeare.
One for Shakespeare. Oh, that's a
I'm
good
writing them
idea,
down.
Allie. So one for Shakespeare, and we did one
I think we said
sassy,
sassy. Yeah, for the first one.
sassy slash silly, or just like
Yeah.
sassy, Sassy. I'm gonna say sassy. I wrote down like sassy, angry, or sassy unbothered. So I feel it'll be like a sassy unbothered, like because it'll
Yep.
be like I'm unbothered by this, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
take some digs. All right, so sassy unbothered one, Quill Shakespeare one. Um, my boy only breaks his favorite toys. Track
Sad.
3. Sad.
I'm
No
going
shit.
sad.
Sad,
Because
angry, or sad like sad, depressed.
um I think it might be sad,
That's sad.
depressed.
Oh
Because
shit!
in my
Wow.
head, when I read this, I was thinking of like her as the toy. Like he
Wow.
broke her, you know? My
That's
boy only breaks his favorite toys. So
that is
that's
so
why I went
brilliant.
sad.
That's so brilliant, Steph. Because I did not
Where
even
did you
think.
go? Silly?
I didn't think about. No, I did. Well, like more sassy, both angry and silly, I guess. Um, I didn't think about the song was about. I literally like thought nothing beyond the title, and that she is sort of like um equating Joe to that of a child. I didn't even
Ah.
think of like toy. Like I didn't think of like who's the toy. I didn't think of it as a metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought of it as like you're a little fucking baby, bitch.
No, I like that. That we have like
You're a little baby.
it's a good shot. It's one of those. So,
Kind of like a better than revenge vibe is what I was
mhm.
getting. So I feel like that's like a sassy angry, like a sassy angry. Like that's
Yeah.
what I'm getting. But I think yours could be right too.
I know. I was going to say this will be a good one because I think they're both very plausible.
Yeah. I'll put one for each, right? You
Yeah.
know what? If we're in agreement, I'm gonna put a 2. And if we're not in agreement, like if you know what I mean, I'm gonna do a 1. I just we just need to
I
keep
like it.
track.
I like it. Okay.
Um okay. Track 4, Down Bad. I think this might be like I'm most excited for this.
Okay. Like I did not think the way you were thinking about it
Yes.
when we
Right
texted
away.
about this, but I want it to be that.
Oh, please. I know, I know. So this is where it gets in like, is this just strictly gonna be pre-Travis, or are we gonna get a little sprinkles of Trav?
I do think there's going to be a sprinkle of Travis in here
I
because I
hope.
also just feel like when he's like, yeah, I've heard some of it, it's unbelievable. Like, I also feel like, is she showing him her like
I know.
breakup songs or is she showing him, oh,
I
like,
know.
do you like this? You know what I mean? Like, so, or it's just like songs that aren't related to her at all, which I feel like there could be some on here. Um, but yeah, maybe Down
Well,
Bad
how
is
were
like,
you
I'm down bad for
originally?
Travis.
Okay, so
I
that's what
thought
I
Down
heard.
Bad was depressed.
In what way? Because I feel like I've only ever heard like I'm down bad for you, baby boo.
I totally agree, but she has a way of spinning things like
Like I'm down and you're bad.
no, that but like what everybody else thinks of Down Bad, she could have
Yes.
a way of being like no.
Yeah, like slut. How you literally were just did not think
Right.
that. And
But I
yes,
do
she
think it's
or
I probably lean more towards it being sort of like a sultry song or sexy song.
I am praying and hoping because if it is what I think it is, I like it's gonna be my new favorite fucking song.
Yeah.
I want it to be a dress X maroon X. I did something bad X. Don't blame me X. Kick in my heart.
Yep.
X. I think he knows.
Yeah, I
X.
agree.
So it
I
goes
would
X false God.
love that.
All mashed into one.
I would love
Please and
that.
thank you is what I would really enjoy.
Me too. Also like question that I didn't really think about until right now. Are we gonna get a Maddie Healy reference or song in here? I'm blocking him out of my memory, but
Yeah, I don't think I feel like she won't.
what if like, but Daddy, I love him is
Oh
is Maddie
shit.
Healy?
All right. Save it for that.
Yeah, we'll wait.
That's a good
Okay.
thought though. But wait. Also, we didn't talk about speaking of the unmentionables, um that he was absolutely supposed to be on 1989 and people are now getting this variant of 1989 vinyl on vinyl that the vinyl it's the recording itself doesn't have it, but it's Slut featuring Matty Healy or featuring whatever his band is, 1995, 75,
1975,
80.
yeah.
Thank you. And he had a whole verse, which was
What?
not as good. You haven't seen this stuff?
No.
So in the last month, it's real, so it was not fake or an edit. I've seen like people post in the Facebook group, look what I just got. People that have bought the vinyl recently, like with December, January, I think. Some people, probably 1 to 300 people, got a misprint of the sleeve, and where you know how the sleeves have the lyrics. So the record itself plays the normal Slut, but the sleeves, and only on the vinyl record, says Slut featuring the 1975.
Oh my God, you're
And
kidding.
then you read the lyrics, and there's an entire verse that is different, and it's the 1975 verse, and you can tell because it is from the male gaze and perspective. So people saw it originally, thought it was fake. I was like, eh. And then more and more people kept showing and saying, like, oh my God, I got this. Oh my God, I got this. So they were originally supposed to be on it. And I think after all the backlash, she swiped that,
Oh my
but it was
God.
already printed, and like one box must have just been dispersed. Um, the one
That's
thing
so
I
crazy.
remember is like that they switched it. So the verse that was taken out is like in a world of boys he's a gentleman. So everything before that was taken out. That whole verse. And one thing I
Oh,
do remember from his lines was they say you're a slut but you're just relevant. Which I'm like, "Oh, that's clever," but I do not like that verse. There's a
no.
lot that I hate in it, and I do not like it. You have to read the lyrics to it. I do not like it at all. Over what is
What it
actually there,
is.
because I love in a world of boys he's gentlemen.
Me too.
So yeah, so he was supposed to be, or
Wow.
they recorded it. It was recorded. We did see them going into the Electric Lady studios together. So yeah, so she took it off because of the backlash. So I think like because of that, I feel like she wouldn't necessarily put a song that we
I
can
would agree.
directly connect to him. Maybe it is, but it's not going to be anything super obvious.
Yep. I agree.
But yeah, Google. I'll send it to you when I find
Yeah,
it,
I'll have to
and
look at it.
it's
Oh my
crazy.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why I never texted you about it. I guess like I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't
Wow.
put much that. I guess it wasn't as like crazy to me because like it never was.
Yeah.
And I guess
True.
and because I think it made sense to me. Like oh yeah, duh. Like they were in the studio together and we all thought that was coming, and then it didn't.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that it was, and you took it away. Like I guess because it made sense to me, I wasn't like bugging about it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
Um, Track 5.
down bad. Wait, but what do you think? What S's are you giving down bad?
Oh, I already said sexy.
Oh, I think
I hope.
sexy. I also agree. Just sexy, sexy, sexy.
Yeah. Hmm. I
And a
hope.
little twinge of like with a hint of silly, just like to giggle.
Yeah, I'm
Like a
so
hint.
afraid.
Oh my god,
I'm
please
just
don't.
afraid that we're going to be wrong.
I
It's
know
fine. I'm
because
not going to get too
that
worked
happens
up.
all the time. Every time I'm like this song I'm so fucking excited for, it's always my least favorite.
No, I know. That's why I didn't want to get excited about it,
Always.
you know?
Yeah,
But
I know, but I'm like, but I am like I can't not. Like I'm
no, I
sorry.
know.
Like
Me too.
I know, like Steph, stop. I can't.
If
I
there's
know I'm
any
Steph. I know, but I don't understand.
I don't
Like I
understand.
know I
Yeah,
need Steph, but
exactly. I was going to
I
say
don't understand how.
if there's any on here that I would think were about Travis, Down Bad is the one.
Yeah, same. And that's like the way he would speak, like, baby girl, I'm down bad for you. That's what he would say.
I fuck with you so
He
heavy.
said you're down bad for me while I'm down bad for you. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
The way you touch me makes me go, ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't hope it's that, but I hope it's like that.
Okay. Okay. So Long London, track 5.
Track 5.
Oh God.
What?
Sad.
Yeah, it's gotta be, right?
This is going to be bad.
Because before I knew it was track 5, I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a fucking angry, just
Me
like
too. And then
like
when I
sassy angry, like mad. Like this is gonna be like sassy angry, like
I mean it
so long
still
bed.
could be.
Yes, because she's had track 5s that aren't like depressed, like
Right.
depression, such as All you had to do was stay, or right?
Mm-hmm.
All you had to do was stay, hey, which is upbeat
Yeah.
and delicate,
Yep.
which is it's so her track fives now, as we see, are the most vulnerable
Right.
lyrically, not necessarily always the most depressing. You're on your own, kid, right? Which is
Yep.
not I'm crying my eyes out, but it's incredibly vulnerable and real. The Archer, right? Incredibly vulnerable. Um, and it's sad, but it's
Yeah.
not an all too well or tolerate it.
Agreed.
Um,
I think, yeah, but I think this one's going to be more sad
like you
than
think
angry.
sonically, do you think it'll be like slow, like so
I don't
long?
know. I can't, I don't think I can picture it sonically at all. I
I'm
also just think about well, I guess it's going to be sad, maybe angry, because I think about how she didn't say, like in her Time interview when she was like, I left the country. I went to a foreign
and I
country.
lost myself away
And
in the
and to me, like, it's like you could just say you went to England or like you went to London, but she didn't want to say it, which makes me
foreign
think like,
country.
was this song sort of like a I'm done talking about this place? And like
Yes.
maybe it's a little sassy. I don't know.
Yeah, and like London is, I think like a almost a pseudonym for Joe. Like she's not gonna
Mm-hmm.
say so long Joe. She's gonna
Right.
we know that's because obviously you have London Boy,
He's the
and
London
I feel
boy.
like this is gonna be the exact opposite of. So I feel two ways. I think it's either gonna be like piano ballad, fucking depression,
Yeah.
like sad depression, and a little anger, like a forever and always piano, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think we're gonna get more sassy, angry, um, but still with sad, mixed with sad, but sonically more like you're like a more pop, like a you're losing me,
Yeah.
or all you had to do was stay.
Yep.
So depending on like what the sound of the album, but yes, I definitely think it's gonna be
Yeah.
anger or anger or depression, and
Yeah.
either sassy or sad. Just like I don't know how. I
Right.
just don't know exactly how.
Yeah.
But frick, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Um,
Number 6.
6 is But Daddy, I Love Him.
So the Maddie Healy of it all would make so much sense for what you said just before. Oh my
So
God, yeah, right? Who the
that
fuck
wasn't my
wants your daughter
original
to take?
thought,
No, but same,
but
not at all.
I could see how it is. My thought, like when I read it, was like, you know how in All Too Well 10 Minutes, it's like my dad said turning 21 is supposed to be fun.
Yes, yes,
Like I could see this almost as like Scott being like, you're miserable. Be done with this. But
yes.
daddy, I love him. You know what I mean? Like I could
Yeah,
see that.
it's
I
like a
don't think it's
conversation
Travis at
between.
all.
No,
Yeah.
no, no,
So
no.
it's
Yes,
I think it's either like
I
that vein of thought, maybe like he's telling her she should do this, like break up with whatever it might be, like, and she's saying, but I love him, or it's like completely unrelated to her,
yeah,
completely
I
different
can see that.
story,
Yeah,
you know,
right. Okay, so
that,
I
could connect to her,
yes,
similar to like Tolerated and like how Cardigan's not
yeah.
about her, but even though I saw an interesting thing on that the other day.
Oh, you
But
just gave me a thought.
hmm?
I said you just gave me a thought in saying that. That I was like an
But like,
example. I was
like maybe it's like drawing from experience, but the actual content of the song doesn't, you can't
yes.
directly relate it to her.
Like now that we see Tolerate It, we're like, oh yeah, you read this book and wrote this, but it was about you and Joe. Let's be for real.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think what I said earlier, like you just made me think of this when I said the torture poets department, and people think that she's going to pull from people that she would relate stories to, such as Clara Bow, and like kind of reference them. Maybe this is a story of some poet or artist that had a similar experience that we're going to read it and we're going to realize like it's going to come out that it's about this person, like she's going to have a direct
Right.
allusion to them, but then we're going to read the story of what happened to this person and be like, oh, this is literally about her and Joe but wrapped in
Right.
Rebecca Harkness or wrapped in the other Rebecca thing or
Yeah.
like that. So I definitely think it could be that. But my my first original thought was, but Daddy, I Love Him would be another like Wink song, something about, I don't know how it could be about Travis, but originally I thought like, oh, like, and I think he knows like, oh, Daddy, I love him. But I didn't give that much thought to it. I just thought like it could be like sassy and like sexy and fun. Now, that's not what I think anymore. I what I do think, I agree that what you're saying absolutely could be it, but but we cannot forget Taylor Swift's costume for Halloween was The Little Mermaid. And The Little Mermaid, like my favorite Disney princess movie of all time. Could not forget on the rock when King Triton, her father, finds out that she's been with a human. Ariel's been with a human. And oh, it's the scream of centuries. And Ariel's response, but Daddy, I love him, and is bawling her eyes out. And it's this big, big fight. And he's so mad at her. Why? Why is he so mad at her? What did she do to be with this man? She gave up her goddamn voice because she had a beautiful fucking singing voice, and she gave it up and was silenced. So, but Daddy, I Love Him being an exact reference to her, The Little Mermaid, because of Ariel giving up her voice to be with the love of her life. Um, seems like it might be a reference to The Little Mermaid, and still kind of what you're saying, but not what I was saying with like a person. But the movie, and she was literally the Little Mermaid for Halloween.
When was
And
that? When was she the Little Mermaid?
I want to say it was pre-COVID. I want to say 2019.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think to that night. I just think people are saying like she literally dresses a Little Mermaid. She's obviously a fan and aware of the movie enough to want to dress as it. And that's like if you're a Little Mermaid fan, that's like a moment. Like that line is like a moment from the movie. But Daddy, I love him. Oh, or is it when he breaks all her whatever? So it's like, oh, is this about Joe Alwyn and her like you said, her father being like girly whirly twirly, as my mom would say. You he's horrible. You're depressed and you're not gonna go on tour because of this man. He's saying that he doesn't want you to do X, Y, and Z. He's saying he doesn't want whatever. You love this. Why are you not doing it? Because Daddy, I love him. I'll do whatever he wants me to do. I won't tour ever again if it means I could be with him. And it's like, but he's not letting you be you. Like, that's what I now see it as, if that reference is correct.
No, I mean, it would make sense because it's what I thought it was too.
Yes, but especially with like, what did Ariel do? She gave up her voice.
Yeah.
You know, gave up the thing that she loved the most. I just feel like it could be that. So if that is that, I feel as though it will be a sad, like angry song.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Or sad depressed, because it could be prior too. If she was writing this 2 years ago, this could be her working through those feelings, like the "you're losing me" feelings, and not wanting to give it up yet, and sort of being like, Dad, no, like you don't get it. Like I fucking love this man.
Yeah.
So like before her like realization of like, yeah, fuck you, bitch. She's writing this to be like, I will do anything for you.
Yep.
But yeah. Charlie, move on.
Yeah. Fresh out the slammer.
Oh, the slammer. Immediately, I'm thinking sassy, angry.
Yeah, I guess I'm maybe thinking sassy, silly because I don't.
Okay, silly. I think. Yep.
Agreed. Mainly just because it gives me like no body, no crime vibes, sort of. So it's just kind of like silly. Like I don't know.
I think it's gonna be referencing like, oh, I was locked away.
Well, that's yeah, right. That could be it as well.
You could be my jailer, burden to the sailor. Every love I known in comparison is a failure. So there's that reference to jailer before, and we have the reference to her being locked away.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like she's saying this is her. I'm free.
I'm out. I'm free. Yeah.
I'm out and about, like her Bejeweled, basically. So yes, I think I agree with the silly. If anything's silly, I think this is going to be silly, sassy, angry.
Yeah. Agreed.
Moving on.
The next one is Florida featuring Florence and the Machine.
With 3 exclamation points. I just
Yeah.
need to say. Like, what's that about?
So part of me is really wondering, like, because people made, like you said, the Fortnight 2 weeks,
Florida being,
Tampa.
yeah, when she cried after singing Lover in Florida.
Did
After
she?
the breakup, I don't know that she was crying, but like people saw champagne problems, and then like after she sang the song Lover, she like wipes her eye, but I feel like she was just wiping her bangs. Regardless,
Interesting.
Florida is the first concert that she did after the breakup. News broke,
Um,
I
it
believe.
was before.
Before the news broke?
Yeah, 13th to the 15th, she was in Florida. But
Oh,
that
so
could,
right before it broke, knowing that it was going to break?
that's what I was
What
just going to say. So that could have been sort of like the, like Florida is when she knew everyone would know,
right.
sort of a thing, maybe. I don't know what that means for the song. Is it going to be angry? Is it going to be,
I don't know. What's
and
up with
Florence and the
exclamation
Machine is on it.
points?
So I don't know.
Yeah, I genuinely no fucking idea.
No clue.
Like,
It's definitely,
why?
to me, if it's Shakespeare, I'd be shocked.
No, I would be so surprised. What's up with the
If it's
exclamation
sad,
points?
I'd be shocked.
No, because
Um,
there's exclamation points. So
I
I
think
just
it's
feel like
sassy. I think that's the sassy angry, maybe.
sassy, angry, silly again because
Silly?
like
Yeah, I was gonna say
well
maybe
because of
silly.
the 3 exclamation points. Like that's so unserious. What's up with the exclamation points? And 3 of them.
I don't know. It
Why
happened
3?
in Florida. I don't know.
Florida! Like, why are you yelling at us?
It was Florida. I don't know. Like literally have no clue. So weird.
Or, oh, I just thought of this, which maybe I thought or read before. Something they weren't going to speak on it. They weren't going to speak on it. I did read this back in the day. Something must have happened while she was in Florida that she said, "Fuck it, I'm telling my people to drop the news."
Well, right.
Because it was that like,
That's why I'm
so,
that's what I was thinking of, like,
so what happened while she was in Florida?
I don't know.
Something must have happened because they had
Or
been broken
was
up.
Florida when like she found out he wanted to drop the news or whatever. You
And
know,
he was
like
going to drop
where,
the news. Like she got a 3 like 3 exclamation points. I got a 3-day notice before you went and dropped this and it wasn't cool.
yeah. I mean, could
3
be.
days and it's gonna be emphasis on like 3 days. We had 6 years. You gave me 3 days. Florida. And she's gonna repeat Florida 3 times.
Yeah, I don't know. This
Yeah.
is a weird one.
I
But
think it has to be
I do
reference to,
lean more towards angry if it could be about that.
but I do think it's gonna be well, like upbeat in the sound of like Florence and the Machine's
Yeah.
idea of upbeat. You know what I mean? Not like pop,
Yep.
but like Dog Days Are Over,
That's
like
what I was, yep. Yep.
just like an upbeat song, but not a like a pop, not like a poppy pop song.
No, I
Um,
agree.
but definitely like fast paced, I guess is more so what I'm
Hmm.
trying to say about upbeat. But yeah,
For
I think
sure.
it's like still sassy, angry, maybe like a hint. Yeah, sassy, whatever. I definitely think it's a reference though, like whatever it's about. I definitely think it has to be a reference to that time period, that
I
timeline of
agree.
when she sang those. Like that's, I feel like it has
There's
to
no
be.
other reason there you'd have a song
Yeah,
called Florida.
right. Because she wasn't touring in the past, even if she wrote this 2 years. Like she had to have written this last year.
Mm-hmm.
Guilt next 8.
Guilty as sin.
This is another one that I'm like, is this gonna be? It could go 2 ways. I think Down Bad for me is more like I feel like it has to be Travis. This one could go 1 or 2 ways.
Yeah.
I'm like 50-50. This could totally be sexy. Like, ooh.
We're guilty as
Or
sin together.
guilty.
My original thought was like, because we know, like, or we're not sure if there were some wrongdoings in the relationship. Like, are
Oh,
you
on him,
guilty
on
as sin?
Joe. Yes. Oh my God, that's so true.
Are
I
you
think you
guilty
said
as
that to
sin?
me.
I don't know.
Yeah. And I feel like I remember you saying this to me, and I'm like, oh, true. Because as we look at the Great War, and I feel like there are a few other references in Cornelia. No, not Cornelia Street. There's another reference of cheating somewhere. And
Yeah,
like
there's references of like her being like seeming, yeah, like seeming there, like there might be someone other else in the picture that it seems to get resolved in every song it's mentioned in, but maybe it wasn't.
Well, resolved as in she's like, you're right, I was wrong. I'm so
Right,
sorry I brought it
exactly.
up. Is how it's in her lyrics seems that it's been resolved. So now it seems like this could be
I know. Yeah.
like she's the question marks there because she's like, hold the fuck up. You were
Yeah.
guilty of sin this whole time, and now I'm just seeing it because your manipulation, your gaslighting is weird off of me. You're a fucking guilty ass bitch.
Yeah, so I think it's either sassy angry or like you said, maybe sexy.
Yeah.
If it's
I
Travis,
honestly
it's
am down for
sexy.
both.
Yeah.
Yes.
If it's Joe, it's sassy, angry, or maybe even sassy, unbothered. Like, I fucking knew,
Yeah.
dude.
Like, you fucking
You were
bitch.
guilty of sin. I know.
Just like overall sassy. Like, you fucking dumb bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You thought you could outsmart me. Um, or sexy and sultry. And like, I would be fine with both. The only reason I'd be like, I know, I think I would love either and be like, ooh, like, I
Me
feel like I'm
too.
gonna really like this one. The reason I obviously want it to be more Travis is just because I feel like all of these are gonna be Joe,
I
and like
know.
we might get two, maybe three about Travis based on
I know.
my predictions.
It's
So
yeah,
I want the
and I
three.
guess
I
it all
want
depends,
three.
right? And it all depends too. Like again, the whole thing is the tortured poets department. So every single song might not seem like a direct reference to Joe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said with the Little Mermaid thing,
Yeah,
makes
she's
sense.
gonna be
Like it might be a song about the Little Mermaid, but it also relates to her. So like a lot of these, maybe it's not going to be as forward that it's like clearly about
right.
like So
There's
Long
gonna be a
London is
lot.
clearly a hey Joe, this one's for you. Like maybe the others are a little bit more masked or muted in terms of like what they're
Yeah.
about,
I
or like
I think so
again,
much will be headed in metaphor and illusion, and
right?
I
But
totally agree.
maybe that's why we won't end up with a lot of Travis because it's not going to be like a
But she
bad.
can make it like that. But like
There's a
the
couple
song I
more that
get
I think maybe could be
torture.
him, but I don't know.
Yeah. Like I still think it could be like still torture, guilty as sin, like the art, like the sexy vibe of the cover for guilty as sin still being about Travis.
Yep.
I just think, and like I'm a tortured poet, and like when I love deeply,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah.
Um, like Tumblr, like look at me and my underwear pic with my boyfriend's legs. Like remember like the Tumblr like art days? You don't know what I'm talking about?
I didn't have a Tumblr.
I like didn't, but like just like you don't remember like would we on AIM, Instant
I didn't have a
Messenger,
name.
or MySpace, and you'd want like
Didn't have
cool like
MySpace.
pics. Oh, you're such a loser. And there would just be like those. You still see them like those like pictures, and there would be like quotes over them.
Yeah.
And so Tumblr is like sort of a space where people create all of those, and they would like take artsy pics. Ultimately, what Taylor Swift's doing in her underwear, but put like a quote over it. And they would
Gotcha.
have pages, and they would repost things. And Tumblr is more than that, but that's all I knew it for. Like you could type things, and I never really fully got into it, but enough to know the art. And like there was such a vibe of like literally that Taylor Swift picture. And by the way, Taylor Swift was huge on Tumblr. Like she used to
Mm-hmm.
90% of her communications with fans was via Tumblr
Yep.
back in the day. So like she knows the vibe. Like that picture is so Tumblr.
No, I mean, oh, yeah. But to be fair, I just got thrown off by you saying boyfriend's legs and underwear.
Oh yeah, what a girl that I went to high school with went viral on Tumblr and her post got reposted so many times. Actually, she's like a very great artist, but it was a picture of her like think of like Taylor Swift's picture, how it's like her in her underwear, but it's like her nose down. It was
Yeah.
like belly button down of her in her underwear and her boyfriend in her boxers of them like kind of cuddling on the bed with
Gotcha.
like messed up sheets, like a slightly messy room. But like, so it's like this set, like obviously they just had sex. It's like cool, artsy, whatever. But that picture of hers went viral. So that's what I think when I think of on
I
Tumblr. So that's
gotcha.
what I think of. And it gives me Taylor Swift's cover vibes. It's the same like vibe I get.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why
Makes
I said
sense.
that. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm getting from Guilty as Sin. It's Tumblr sexy vibes.
Could be.
Yeah, I hope so.
You
Okay.
could go either way. Who's
I
afraid of little old me?
little old me.
Silly, I
Oh,
guess. Silly, angry,
silly,
or silly,
sexy.
sassy. Yeah.
I think silly, sassy, sexy, because okay, two schools of thought. One, like maybe if it was written more recently, I could see it being about like everyone is like just fucking besides himself that she's being seen on the NFL. Like, seriously, guys, you're afraid of little old me?
Right.
Like, what did
Yep.
I do? I'm just being shown, you dumb bitches. However, my second school of thought, as I said it, like little old me is like a I feel like such an old timey, like oh little old me, that if we're getting these references, as somebody else guessed, like this could be some sort of another story of another woman that had a similar treatment of like
Yep.
people just like demonizing or whatever it is, like little old me, what did I do, little old me, and you're like have this coy, funny behavior about it.
Yeah, like a
This woman in power, basically.
like they're burning all the witches even if you aren't one vibes, but
Yes.
in a
Now,
different tone.
but in a more lighthearted,
Right,
fun tone,
exactly. Like in a more
like
silly
I'm so
tone than
angry and I'm gonna
angry.
punch a
Yeah.
hole in my wall, but like little old me, and like kind of making fun of
Yeah.
them, almost trying to be a bit ironic, like kind of
No, I could
joking
see
around,
that for sure.
like little old me, whatever. So that's where I think there could be like silly and sassy,
Yep, I agree.
lighthearted, maybe sexy, little old me,
Yeah.
like coy, like oh me, like that.
Yeah.
All right, I can fix him. No, really, I can. In parentheses, no, really, I can.
Mm-hmm.
I think sad, depressed.
I think so too.
Because this, I think, is like her convincing herself. And like similar to how you said, like Labyrinth is like she would go down, 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 and all of a sudden
Mm,
returning. So like it's almost her trying to convince herself, like, no, no, like
it's not
the no,
over.
really, I can
Yeah.
is like nobody's speaking to you. You're literally just like, I can fix them. And then you're bringing, you're like, no, I fucking can't. And then you're like, yes, I can. Like, you're literally just like genuinely trying to convince yourself because you don't want to.
Yeah.
Do I throw out everything we built or keep it? Like, she doesn't want to throw everything out. She's like, I can fix this. I can fix
No,
this.
I totally agree. I think it's going to be sad. I feel like it could also potentially be a little sweet just
Okay,
because we
how so?
might be getting the reasons she wouldn't want to let it go mixed
Yes.
in with her being like, so I can fix him. Like I can really do this because
So she'll pay credit to the good in their
the
relationship.
reason
And
she would want to,
yes.
basically. But definitely way sadder than sweet, obviously. But like,
I agree, but I think if she adds the sweet in, it's only going to make it more sad.
oh, for sure.
Because it's like,
For sure.
uh, I know that this song is silly and so unserious, but oh wait, no, I was gonna say something that I thought was from. I forgot that you existed, but I don't think it's from that song. Oh, New Year's Day. I'll be there if you're the toast of the town, babe, or
If you strike out and you're
if
crawling home.
you something.
Yeah.
Yes, crawling home vibes. Like I, it doesn't matter what you do. Like I would literally like about how much she was willing to do for him and how whatever it is and the good, the bad, the ugly, that no matter what it was, she thought that she was gonna, we can get through it. Everybody gets through it. Everybody has problems. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's okay that you do this because you also do all these sweet things. And like Labyrinth, like you'd break your back to make me break a smile.
Yeah. Or I mean, like, even like in You're Losing Me, like she's begging him,
Yeah.
like, stop.
Do something,
You're
babe.
losing me.
Say
Like
something.
it's
Like
sweet in the sense that she
please.
doesn't want,
Yes.
which makes it worse. Yeah, exactly.
Which makes it even more sad that there was like
Right.
so much love in her heart
Because it
and she
was,
wanted it
yes.
so bad and he
Right.
just didn't give a shit. He just was like, "No, let's just keep doing what we're doing.
Right.
I don't want to change. I'm happy." And she's like, "You're fucking happy? I'm dying.
Yeah.
Really? Like you're
Right.
happy? How could you be happy if the person you love isn't happy?"
How can you say that you love someone you can't tell is dying?
Yeah. My face was great, but you wouldn't admit we were sick. So I feel like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
LOML, love my life. What do you
Sad.
think? I think that too. Oh no, I think it could be that as much as I think it could be about Travis. But I don't think she's gonna shout out "Love of My Life" so soon on an album like this because it's
I
like she
saw
needs to put it out.
someone I
before
saw
she.
this on Twitter or Instagram or something that someone was like, it's so interesting that she uses an acronym because it could easily be like the song starts out as love of my life and it ends as like the loss of my life, you
Oh,
know,
that's clever. That's clever as hell.
which I was like, oh,
Right?
fuck,
We don't
that's going to be
know.
sad.
It could be loss, and we just all are
Right.
assuming something else.
Right. Like, oh, you thought it was that acronym? Guess what? Bring out the tissues. You're about to
Damn,
cry.
that'd be clever as hell.
Yeah.
That would
So
be
I feel
very
like it's
clever.
sad. I just feel like it's sad.
Okay. think I thought I saw something on Twitter that made me think that it could be sad for a different reason, but not. So one, I would love if it's like LMA. She didn't write out "Love of My Life" because it's about
Mm,
Travis and she doesn't want to like fully say it, but it's
I
still in
see
that
that. Yep.
unserious like, is this the love of my life? Like I don't know, like unserious, fun,
Yeah.
silly, and like more lighthearted. Um, but at the same time, somebody pointed out the lyric from "I Don't Want to Live Forever," like, um, I'm wondering if I just dodged a
Dodged a
bullet or just
bullet or just
lost
lost
the
the love
love
of
of
my
my
life.
life, which obviously is pre Joe. Not pre Joe, pre her and Joe having problems, I should say,
Right.
because that was written during the Reputation era. Um, but that makes me think that it could be she might have like sometimes she references old songs like
Well, and that actually, yeah, you're right, because then that leads even more into what I saw on Twitter. The love of your life
right
becoming the loss of your life.
the loss of your life.
Life. If I lost the love of my life.
I lost the
The
love
love
of
of my
my life.
life.
And when she said,
Whoa.
I remember when she sang that song was like a couple weeks after their breakup, and people were like, "Damn!" Like I remember watching him being like, "Damn, look at her face. Like
She's
she's
not well.
fucking
Because that was the one they always
not
referenced with when once she sang Labyrinth.
well." Uh huh.
Like people would put the TikTok videos of her singing that, like, I don't want to live forever compared to Labyrinth and showing how much, like, oh,
Yes.
look at how she's so happy now, you know?
Yeah. So it's like maybe
I feel
she
like
sort
it's
of
sad.
wrote this song after singing that song and being like, "No, I just lost the love of my life. LOML, loss of my life."
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like
So
it's
I
going to be
for
sad.
sure can see that because I
I
also
like because to me, I feel like everybody might look at that song title, think love of my life, and be like, oh my God, Travis. Like, as the most obvious thing that could be about him. And that's why I feel like it's 100% not going to be the
yeah.
case. And it's going to be just like a heart wrencher.
Yeah, and like similar to what you were saying, for like kind of saying about like putting this out so she can get the love songs out about Travis. I saw somebody say like she can't just dive in. Like she needs a transition and
Mm-hmm.
like a story for us to show why this man is not her paper rings, is not her
Yeah.
king of her heart, and all these beautiful love songs. She needs a transition as to like, oh yeah,
Right.
no, before she can ultimately say the same thing in different words,
Mm-hmm.
not the same thing in a different album so
Yeah.
that it's more serious and it's more meaningful. So that's why part of me thinks like, oh, this could be a full Joe because then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we get this closure on this relationship. Although we already kind of understand why it doesn't work and why Travis is so much better, I feel like artistically she needs to put it out for
Totally
herself.
agree. Which again is why like I'm thinking there's like maybe one. And
Right.
like to me it
Like a
also
nod
like
to the transition into the next.
exactly. Like I don't know and I wish some of these titles were more like obvious for that. Like cuz I could totally see it being like Begin Again, right? Like if there was a track that looked like Begin Again on here, I'd be like there it is. That's our
Right.
one we're going to get about Travis.
Right.
But I can't
Yes,
tell from the titles if
there's
there's
no
one
song
giving that vibe.
exactly. There's no song that's like there's no way we can miss this.
Right,
Like
exactly.
that missed the interpretation. Like every single song is like it could be this or it could very easily be that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Which brings us to the next one, which is actually kind of interesting. I can
I
do
can
it
do
with
it
a
with
broken heart.
I think oh, that's what people were showing the Tampa show for. After she sang Lover and cried, saying like she's doing it with a broken heart. I feel like this is about her touring. Like that's
Yeah.
just what I think. And I think it's gonna be like inspirational. I don't have a I don't have an S for that, but I think it's gonna be more of like
Maybe
she's
sweet.
convincing. Yes, sweet and inspirational, kind of almost like a flowers. I can buy myself flowers. I can
Yep.
like I can do this. Like she's hyping herself out.
Like
Like I can
I
fucking
will
do
be
it.
fine. Yeah,
I will
right.
be fine. I did it before you. I could do it after you, bitch.
Yeah.
And it's in a place where she actually doesn't believe it, but in writing the song and doing it, it actually kind of came true. Just like that's what Miley Cyrus said about flowers. Like when she was writing it, she was sad and like angry, but
Yeah.
now that she's singing it, she means it. And she's like,
Yeah.
I fucking can, bitch. And so I feel like that's what this song's gonna be, is that it started one way and then it turned out being like, I can fucking do it, ho.
I
Fuck
agree.
you.
No, I think
So
it'll be maybe like empowering.
yes, empowering. If we could say empowering.
It's empowering.
Empowering. Yeah, empowering.
Okay.
I'll do
The
it for
smallest man who ever lived is next.
I'm so excited for this.
Okay. This
Man,
one I
dude.
100% believe, obviously, um, sassy, angry, maybe. But I also could easily see it being about a story, like, the
But it's gonna
mouse.
be a
But
direct
it's
reference.
100% like the
Yeah.
city mouse, country mouse, like small little like small little man. Like maybe she's telling a story about like a miniature man, but like
Yeah.
it's
Or
about Joe.
Napoleon Bonaparte, who is
Yep.
known and now people call it Napoleon syndrome. He was so small that he like
Mm-hmm.
small man syndrome, right? So he acts
Yep.
like a fucking nut, psychopath, angry, wants to fight everybody because he wants to try to he's prove that he's big and strong.
Yep.
Um, so maybe it's a story about Napoleon Bonaparte.
Could be, but
Because
AKA Joe
he
Alwyn.
sort of started that the phrase of like small man syndrome. So
Yeah.
like and he was physically small, Napoleon, but she's gonna be talking about how like Joe's like life is small. Like you're
I don't think it's
literally
gonna
a
be
poor
like
ass loser.
no, I don't think it's gonna be that. I think the smallest man is like insecure.
No, yes, I
I don't
totally
think
agree.
it's
But I
like
just
you're poor.
I know no, I completely agree. That's what I think too, but
But yeah.
I'm just adding that in because everybody says like, "Oh, Joe, you're so broke." Like, what movie again? Like, do you
Mm.
see how wait, it's so funny. It's like all these like really unserious tweets about fuck, I
Conversations
really
with
wish I
friends.
could about conversations with friends and it's like, when's the last time Taylor was pictured at a conversations with friends
But it always
award
stops.
show. Like I don't
It
it's like
always like
so
cuts off after
stupid.
they say conversation with it's
Yeah.
like yeah, it's
But
like
it's so stupid. It's things that would never exist for a movie, but they're like
exactly.
somehow comparing it to the NFL, like her
Exactly.
being brought like, "Oh, when's the last time whatever." It's so funny, but I'm just saying I think people are going to go nuts with it because it's
Yep.
going to be about his insecurities and people are totally going to then equate that to like his how small he is compared to her
Mhm.
successfully. But yes, I agree. I don't think she's going to say that cuz but I think everybody else will.
Agreed.
Um
Agreed.
and I'm excited. I'm so
Me
excited.
too.
However, I think it's going to be sassy angry, but
Me
I
too.
do think like this one she could twist us and it's going to be really fucking sad and depressing.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I just really feel like if she's gonna twist this anywhere, it's gonna be in this song for some reason.
Yeah. That's a good point. That one could be like everybody's expecting it to be sassy and it's
Almost like a
not.
castle's crumbling where I was so sure it was gonna be like intense and then all of a sudden it was so fucking sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it like almost how he said that I can fix him, not really I can is like or no, not that, sorry. The love of my life started as one thing, turned to the other. Like you were the biggest person to me and now
The
you've
smallest man
shrunk
who
into
ever lived.
nothing. Like
Yeah.
you're so small. Your dick is so small. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to. I really like that. Didn't I wish I didn't say that. I wish I never said that. I forgot that we were like recording ourselves for public. Forgot I said it. I didn't mean it. Well, no, I did not mean it. It's just like I feel like
It
people
was
are
just an
like
impulse.
it was an impulse. I don't really I don't really think before I speak. It just comes out. But I was really thinking about what other people are gonna say, not me.
Yeah.
Not me. I didn't mean it. So the
Okay,
Alchemy.
the Alchemy.
Gold? That's my
Gold.
Oh, that's what it's like making gold, you know?
Based on supposed transformation of matter, it was concerned particularly with the attempts to convert base metals into gold. Okay.
So
Yeah.
another golden reference, which is like
And I think the whole like if it's about turning metals into gold, I think this
I
song is
thought you were
basically
gold,
going
but
to
you're
be right. Like you were just iron, I guess, bitch, because we were not
all
gold.
alone.
We were
You were
not
iron that
golden.
I turned you to gold because of how
Yeah.
I felt about you, but you were
Like I
really
think it's
iron.
going to be like, like the rose colored glasses type thing, like alchemy. I was making you in our love into gold when it
Exactly.
wasn't.
When it wasn't. I completely agree. And also though, we should mention The Alchemist, which is a song that she's featured and helped write. And that is actually in reference to a bar or something. There's also like either a studio or a bar called The Alchemist, I believe in New York or whatever. And she's on a song that she wrote called The Alchemist, which is in reference to that. Um, which we did analyze because it's very a complex song. It's called The
Wait,
Alchemist. It's like the national. Or am I wrong?
is it the
Not
Alcott?
Renegade. Yeah, you're right. It's the
Oh,
Alcott.
thank God. I was like, I don't remember this.
You're right. It's the
There's a
Alcott.
book, The Alchemist.
Yes. No, I know that. Yes, I thought the Alcott was
Was Alchemist. Okay.
the Alchemist, which, by the way, the Alchemist is a bar because I did Google it in like New York. But I was totally thinking the Alcott and the Alchemist. Yeah, never mind. Forget that. I
Whoa.
think it's
Do you know what the book is about?
no, but I should because it's like for sure taught in my school, but I've never read it.
Story deals with an internal conflict between his love and personal dreams.
Ooh, well,
But this novel ends up showing love as a supporting tool for achieving his dream.
oh, so maybe it's about there's gonna be reference to both things that we
Between
said, but
love
it's gonna be
and
about how like
basically
shouldn't he be
being
supporting
her,
right?
and then
And how
maybe
at the end of the day he didn't
did not do
do
the
that. Like she thought it would be that.
right.
Like, aren't you supposed to be supportive and you're just not? And then
Right.
the double sort of meaning of I thought
I
it
thought
was
we were
golden and
golden.
it was
Yeah.
iron. It was iron.
I think I'm very excited about this song now
Oh,
because
I
the
love
book
I love a
and
layered meaning.
that whole definition of alchemy are all
Mhm.
right in there.
It's right in there, and I feel
Right in
like I
there.
hope that we're right.
I hope we are too.
And
I don't know
because
how we could
also
be wrong about either of those though. Cause like
it's
what?
also then it's a triple layer because it's like one, two, and then actually about her life. And like so you have a literary reference, a scientific reference, and then a personal reference. And it's just like this is what we mean by like
This is the
shades of
poetry.
meaning, layers of meaning. Like, oh, I love when you can interpret things so many ways and it's
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. I mean, it's got to be. It's got to
It's
be
got to be one of
even
them.
if it's not exactly what we're talking about, there's going to be some sort of double
Yeah,
meaning behind it. And the golden reference or the book reference. Like it's something about the
for
gold or something
sure.
about the book. It's one of those two.
Damn.
Because golden it's such a beautiful thing that she wrote about being in love with him. Like I thought love would be black and white, but it's golden, or I thought love was burning red, but it's golden. It's so fucking beautiful. But now I hope she's like, but actually it's red and yellow, or actually it's red and gold. Like, but
Yeah.
um, about I feel
Or
like
it's or she's like, well, because she can't you really use gold as a reference anymore. But
no, I think
like
she can.
she
I think with
can
this
if this
song
is
she
what
can.
this song is about.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. I feel like it would be because I feel like that's so beautiful. Like it's golden, it's daylight. That for
And
her to be able to continue to talk about it, it's like love is golden, but you were actually just fucking iron the whole
and
time.
and if she has this song and it's about that, like turn like, oh, I thought we were golden and I thought this our love was golden, but it's not. It was some trash metal.
Yeah,
Then every song that references gold before we can put to Travis now. Like if she still
exactly,
ends up using it,
exactly.
Like, no,
So
this is the real one. This is the
the
real
shit's not
golden until
tarnished for
if they break up
yeah,
and
so,
then,
like because it is, it's so beautiful, like, but she wrote love songs that were beautiful before she even had a boy like, before when she wasn't
yeah,
even
You
dating
Are in
anyone.
Love is not for her. So,
Right.
yeah, exactly. She can do it.
So, yes, and we can still interpret it and, like, see these songs as such beautiful
Yeah.
and she was in love, so great, but putting this song, if it is what we're thinking it is, lets us be like, she can continue to reference Golden, and we're gonna know, like, this is true pure gold. She's gonna say, like, this is fucking pure gold. This
Yeah.
shit's not iron in her next album.
Yep. Agreed.
Like, I
Okay,
didn't have to
second to
be an
last.
alchemist.
Yeah, true.
Clara Bow.
Clara, so technically Clara Bow is the last song on the album.
But then there's
Then there's a
the
bonus track. So we have to keep that in mind.
right. For how she's, I believe that. So if you look, Clara Bow is this really, really famous silent film actress that really sparked a lot of controversy at the time um, because of her, I guess, love life or like interest in boys. There's also something about like she was super into like football players, but whatever. I don't like that could have meaning behind it. Who knows when she wrote the song, if it does or not. I think more so it's the fact that she's a silent film actress. One, silence, where connection to Little Mermaid, silencing. Two, uh, her getting all this controversy surrounding her love life and everything that she's doing. So I feel like it could be a culmination of the whole album.
Yeah.
And that everything that Clara Bow did is like slightly referenced in previous songs, basically. And this is going to sort of wrap it all together in a big bow for us.
Yeah, and she like the very basic Wikipedia, like I didn't even click on the link. It's just like in the search. Her nickname is the It Girl.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
like and she transitioned from the silent film era where she like was super famous into talkies,
Yeah.
which could
Yeah. What
also
they
be
call it at the
similar
time.
to like the genre hopping that
Yeah.
Taylor does.
Yes. So I think it's she clearly sees a connection to her, did a lot of research on her. And this being the last song of the album, I believe is going to sort of wrap it all up and it's like here you have this direct reference to somebody
Yeah.
um where I think that we're going to see pieces of this song and all the other songs is my guess.
Wait, say that again?
I think we're going to see pieces of this song and other songs in terms of like little
Mm.
slight references where this is going to tie everything together. That
Yeah.
like all these stories like some of them may be Little Mermaid, some of them might be referencing a different liter like poet or a different actress or from the old times, but there will be slight and subtle references or hints to her, to Clara Bow and like her story in many of the songs.
Yeah.
Just in terms of it being the last song and the only song that's like directly referencing an artist from a long
Yeah.
time ago. And if you
Interesting.
look at a picture, they're side by side shots of Clara Bow and I believe a white dress, and her necklaces are the exact same. She's wearing a choker necklace with a clock.
Oh, that's
Um,
crazy.
so Taylor Swift, and that makes me then actually appreciate her Grammys outfit more because I think that she was
Mm.
recreating an outfit of Clara Bow's to say like I am her. And this whole album is like me through her, just like Rebecca Harkness, The Last Great American Dynasty. Like we are the same,
Oh, interesting.
is my prediction. And in terms of
Oh,
the
yeah, I
sound,
see that.
I think Shakespeare, like Quill Shakespeare, but also like Last Great American Dynasty, like inspirational. Like I don't think it's going to be a super sad depressing. I think this is going to
I
be
don't
like
either. Yeah.
whatever Last Great American Dynasty is mixed with like Shakespeare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Is
I
my
totally
thinking.
agree. I don't think it's going to be like a sad one at all.
And I think there's going to be like a wink at the end like and then it was
It was
bought
bought
by
by
me.
me. Yeah,
Like that.
exactly. Exactly. Um,
Uh
Interesting. I'm excited for that one.
yeah. So that's the last song and then there's of course the bonus track,
The
the
manuscript.
manuscript. No idea.
I mean,
Manuscript for what? The whole album? Like, I don't know.
so like
What
manuscript,
is a manuscript
I just looked it
exactly?
up. Um,
Like, obviously, I know what it is, but I don't.
so
Like, I
there's
know, but I
two
don't
kind
understand.
of meanings, like a book, document, or piece of music written by hand rather than typed or printed. And then there's
Okay.
another like piece, an author's text that has not yet been published.
Interesting.
So I don't know. I don't know how any like she's putting the
Maybe
song out, so how could it be a manuscript?
unless it's well, one in it of itself, if she wants to be really true to like every little detail means something, maybe this was never edited. She wrote it once totally on her own, and boom, bam, bang, the lyrics are the original. Like it was just untouched.
Because it really does lay into the like in the context of library science, a manuscript is defined as any handwritten item in the collections of a library or an archive. For example, a library's collection of handwritten letters or diaries is considered a manuscript collection.
So maybe she turned a letter that she received into a song, also, is what I'm thinking.
Or her
So
diary
the
into a song.
manuscript, yeah, like Dear Reader, which she sang last night, sort of like it's like a Dear Diary type of thing. Like this was literally a diary entry.
Like maybe Dear Reader ending Midnights is the start of her diary
Her next
in the
diary
tortured poets department.
era.
And then, right, the
And then this
manuscript
is
is
the
like
end of
telling
it.
us all
So
like
Dear Reader and the manuscript are the same,
the
right?
bookends.
They both end on the bonus tracks. And so Dear Reader was the end slash transition into the poets. And then this is going to be the end letter to Tortured
Right.
Poets. And then at the very end, transition into the next
Whatever's
album that
next.
she must
Right.
already
Like
be
Dear
writing.
Reader and the manuscript are the bookends for the
Yeah.
rest. All of the poetry in between.
So I think this one's going to be more serious.
I do too. Or
Serious, like
Shakespeare-y.
spoken word. Maybe not, maybe Shakespearean, but more like all too well spoken word.
Yeah.
Like not Quill, but Fountain. You know, like just
Mm-hmm.
like telling us, just like literally just speaking to us, like
Yeah.
spoken word. I'm
I
thinking.
agree. Wow, we're in for something.
I fucking can't wait. I just can't wait. So exciting. I can't wait.
I know, and we only have to wait like 2 months.
Thank God.
I can't
It's
believe
like
it's coming out so early, so quickly.
thank God she's like so inconsistent. We're like giving it to us the day, like the night before, the day before, the day before. Then we had to wait not as long, like for midnights, like that was
It was a
what
while, wasn't it?
3 to 4 months. But instead of extending it back out, she's pulling it back in a little bit, giving us like 2 months. You know what I mean? Like we just don't
Yeah.
know anymore. So like the wait, we've waited longer, but we've waited less. So
Yeah,
we know
she
we
at
can
the
do
end of
it.
August she announced Midnights, and then it was out in end of October. 2 months.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. So it's about the same amount
felt
of
like it was way longer. Not that
damn
this
it.
is
We got to
even
figure
out
out how we're
yet,
gonna
but
do
still.
this. I have to go to work that day, unfortunately, but I told my students that we could have a Taylor Swift party and they got excited just because it means they don't have to do work. But
Do you want to hear something?
yeah, you're going on vacation? That's so
Bachelorette
annoying.
party that entire weekend, Friday to
All right.
Monday.
Is it for Kelly?
Mm-hmm.
If there's anyone else, I would say don't go, but she's really nice.
I know she's so sweet. Like I'm good,
So sweet.
obviously
So
going.
annoying. So annoying.
I guess I'll just listen to it on the plane and
I guess we'll have to do a week
whenever I
later,
have
like,
any
and it'll
downtime.
be the first time. Like maybe if anything, I'll do like an initial holy shit response,
Mm-hmm.
like a like how you did a solo. If I am free and just feel like I need to get my initial thoughts out for someone, or like I'll make Ryan sit with me and we'll do just like a reaction video, but not a podcast, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then a week later, after we've sat with it, we actually can have like legitimate thoughts on it rather than like, what can we say? We've listened to it
Yeah,
4 times and haven't slept.
I know.
So it could be good, you know?
Yeah.
But maybe I'll get something out that weekend and
Yeah,
we'll
and I
go
mean,
on
like, I can record Monday. I just
for
won't be
sure.
able to
But
record Saturday.
right, but if we want to be together or if we want to make it like a big thing where it's not like a
Mm.
school night for us or a work night for you, we want to drink and we want to giggle and we want to like just let loose and
True.
record ourselves. Ju- let's just do it the next week. If we're gonna
Yeah,
wait 2 days, let's just wait a week.
makes sense to me.
Unless we feel like we really needed to get it out right away. But you know,
No,
we'll
I
cross
mean,
that
there's
bridge when
plenty
we
of
come
things
to
we
it.
can do otherwise. Like, we can actually use our TikTok again and things like that.
Yeah, I know. I don't even use TikTok like I don't even scroll on TikTok anymore. I don't
No, I don't either.
ever like ever
My
unless like I
resolution
accidentally
was
click it.
to never, well, not never. but I like just read after work. I don't go on my phone.
Well, that's nice. I just genuinely like not to sound like really cool. I don't have time, and it doesn't appeal to me the same way because reading like tweets can, because I don't have to like sit through a whole bit. I just like don't have the patience.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm not saying I hate it. I just think I just genuinely don't have the time, and I just like fell off from it, and it's just not
No, and
interesting.
like to be fair, I haven't like my TikTok, if I go on TikTok, is just like cats and cooking videos now. Like I've fallen off of Taylor Swift TikTok on my cat's account.
Oh, I only have ours. I've been locked out of all of my other accounts. Two others, but
Yeah.
just because I haven't been on so long.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'll probably get back into it. I have nothing against it. It's just not for me. It's just not the way I want to consume information right now.
No. And
I
I
want
don't
to
really
read.
feel like making information. Like,
Yeah, I don't have the
honestly, if the
patience
Travis
or
Kelce
time
stuff
to do
hadn't
it.
come out, I wouldn't have been on TikTok in
Yeah,
the last 5 months.
yeah.
But
Oh
we
yeah, the
had
only time I go on
some
it.
hot TikToks going on there, so I had
yeah.
to keep it
Oh yeah,
up.
yeah. You were killing it. The only time I go on it is accidentally when I get stupid notifications like blah blah blah. Someone you may know is on TikTok, which I think TikTok is sending more frequently because I don't use it anymore.
Yeah.
So when I like accidentally click it and I'm like, ah, and then that's it. Like
Yeah.
once in a blue moon I'll go on it, but
Yeah.
I'm just too impatient.
I know.
Lately,
Since they added like the really long videos you can do, I'm like, no.
yeah, I'm just way too impatient. I'm not knocking it forever. I'm just saying no for now, and I've stepped back into my tweets. Okay, before we
Yeah.
end the episode, can I read you? Did you not see it on our Twitter? Because so
No.
a few weeks ago, Steph and I, or a month ago, Steph and I had said like, I think on the podcast,
Oh, that's right. We were going to start fighting on Twitter.
yes. So I did it once, didn't really get a response, but I just felt like it on our like Taylor Swift or Swifty Steph's 13 Twitter, like I don't know, if I want to express my anger somewhere, I'm gonna do it there. We're like not anonymous, our pictures are there, but it's not like tied to me as a personal human.
Mm-hmm.
Um um so I saw somebody quote tweet the track list. Like it's Taylor Swift's tweet. They quote tweeted. And by the way, it's a Swiftie, like somebody that likes Taylor Swift because they said it in their replies. And quote tweeted, down bad, LOML, I can fix him. This is why she will never be as artsy as y'all pretend that she is. And then
What?
I read through the replies and I was like, are you fucking for real right now? Seriously? Like, seriously? And then one of his replies is that, like, oh no, I'm a stan since 1989 original version and I'm going to see her on two of her European tours.
Wait, but
And yeah, so that's what he said. It's a big, and he's like, oh, my first hit tweet, like whatever. So I replied and I said, ugh, people like you, whether you're a fan or a hater, are really proving the opposite of the point that you're trying to make. Something tells me that you don't know much about poetry. Some of the most well known and revered poets are known for their simplicity and relatability. Dot, dot, dot. Because next week, because there's not enough characters. And then I added, ever heard of Langston Hughes? How about William Wordsworth, Shakespeare? Maybe you should read up on them. Not only that, but Taylor Swift TS has incredible versatility with her style, as you know, because he said he was a fan. She intentionally writes fun and lighthearted songs, as well as songs with many shades of meaning. I know this tweet next week. I know this tweet was probably for engagement, so congrats, but come on. Don't act like you know what makes a great artist or poet when you're making these clearly ignorant and subtly ironic claims. LOL. You don't have to like her music, but don't pretend that you are some literary expert.
mm-hmm.
So, I got like a decent amount of likes on like some of the original ones, but like 7 likes, but like we have 10 followers, so whatever. Somebody replied to me and said, I know you did not just compare Taylor Swift to Shakespeare with a cat emoji. So I wrote back.
No, I didn't.
I literally didn't. I mean, I understand why they said that, but like maybe you don't have
Yeah,
it
that
written in
wasn't
front of you.
exactly what you were doing.
No. So what
Use
I
your
said
reading skills.
was, yeah, exactly. What I said that some of the most well-known and revered poets are known for their relatability slash simplicity. Shakespeare wrote for everyone. Those who were uneducated were able to enjoy his work just as much as those who were educated. My point is people making these claims Don't really know what they're talking about, lol. I'm not saying they have a similar writing style. He wrote in the 1500s. Language has evolved since then. And the Shakespeare's Theater replied to my tweet with a 100 emoji and liked my tweet.
Did you quote tweet? Did you screenshot that and then reply to that girl again?
No, I did not.
That'd be funny.
No, but I was like, see? Because I'm sorry, but like, do you read up on fucking poets? Because I do, because I study it and I teach it. And guess what? The most well-known effing poets are literally known, like Wordsworth, a romantic poet that she references, is literally known for being so famous because of his simple, like everybody could enjoy his stuff, simple vocabulary. Langston Hughes, do you know that he is such a big figure in the Harlem Renaissance because he made his poetry one, there's like jazz vibes in his like in his poetry, but because he made what was I gonna say, like the culture, like black culture, like in New York City and Harlem, become relatable to everybody. Everybody wanted to listen to it. Everybody wanted to read it. He made it so everybody could read it. Some of his poems are literally 4 lines and are like the most widely known poems. A Raisin in the Sun, one of his poems was so inspirational that a person named a play after one of the lines from his poems, A Raisin in the Sun, that is now one of the most like well-known plays. One either was nominated or won Oscars. Whatever the Broadway Oscars are, one for that. Thank you. Yeah. Shakespeare, by the way, wrote for illiterate people. Many people don't know that, but I do because I teach it, and I went to the Shakespeare Globe Theater, and they talk about that too. Is that he wrote? We see it as like difficult language because it's from the 1500s,
right?
But it's actually not. The vocabulary is very, very, very simple. So like, what are you saying? You know nothing. Is ultimately my point. So shut the fuck up. And I just felt really vindicated when Shakespeare.
That's awesome. I love
that.
But
I just got another reply, and somebody did a stupid. Oh shit, where is it? Funny part is I guarantee she'd fail this, and it's a BuzzFeed article if it's like Taylor Swift or Shakespeare. And I don't.
Are they saying that you'd fail it?
No, I think Taylor's. Oh, you know what? I think it's okay because this girl's Twitter is Taylor Swift picture, and her account is Mal the Tortured Poet. So, okay, she's on our side. For a second, I thought she was saying Taylor Swift would fail it. She's saying the girl saying, I know you didn't compare Taylor Swift
compare
to Shakespeare.
Yes,
I saying like she wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Okay.
Yeah.
So for a second, I was like, no. But now I'm like, this girl's on our side.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm feeling really good about expressing my anger via Twitter.
No, that's so fun. If you want to see more, go follow her on the Steph's 13 on Twitter, right?
We have a full, Swifty Steph's 13. We got 10 followers.
Swifty Steph's 13.
We got a lot of room.
We got room to grow.
So much room. We can only go up. We can really only go up. But I'm feeling it really like, I like it because I always like trip on my words, obviously. And like on TikToks, I'm like, wait, I could say that better. But I just feel good about writing. I can, I really feel like I could get my point across. So I'm feeling really good about my Twitter journey.
No, I'm really excited for you. I think you should really keep going.
I'm gonna keep going when I feel the need. I don't care if I get 1 like or 0 likes. I'm just
to be honest, everybody clearly we're Twitter people now. I guess like we're not really posting on TikTok or Instagram that much, so
just like
follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter. I really am only posting angry shit, which is very opposite of what I do in like personal life. Maybe I'll go positive, but at Swifty Steph's 13. Like, amazing. Catch us there, man. Catch me for the next time I get angry enough to tweet at somebody.
Exactly. And I guess at that point,
we'll see you like next week.
We'll see you next week for the Swifty Bowl. And like everybody pick up your stuff. Like we'll see you really soon because we are going to just like drop our mics
now.